love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay. Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still some songs with the show, and till then, his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motive. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You don't know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side flyer. Gucci a large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. Hey, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube with video for free. Hey, this one time for the text. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, what they gonna do next?
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Morning, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. Hello, Leroy.
What's happening?
How are you, man? Everything good? Everything good in your world today?
Everything is good in the world. A little cloudier than normal.
Oh, it's ominous up here, dude.
Yep.
It's ominous up here. I hope it clears up. I was thinking about going to the Nut tomorrow. I haven't been there in a while, so I'm hoping that
that water ain't gonna be cool.
I don't know. I mean, you always got to deal with that current sometimes messes with it, but either way, I think I'm overdue for a trip to the Nut. So.
What kind of current? Is it a current that I remember when I went into Universal or Disney? They have like a lazy river at what's the water park? At
Volcano Bay?
Yeah. They have a lazy river, but then they have one that goes like 35. That's not real lazy.
No, that's not very lazy. It's
so you just stand and it just sweeps you around.
So when you go to the Nut, the inside it's very calm in the Nut, but when you go on the outside of the rocks, it can get a little choppy at the Nut. So, you need to be prepared for both when you go around. But here's the thing. The snorkeling on the other side of the Nut's rocks, that's where the real beauty is of the Nut. So I would say you got to deal with a little bit of current. Bring your flippers.
I'll pass. You go ahead.
All right, I will. I mean, I guess
that sounds very tangible that you end up 200 feet from shore because you wanted to see a pretty rock.
No. I mean, no, there's parrotfish, angelfish, all kinds of fish, dude. Love it. That is Brittany, you like snorkeling?
Yes, I do.
So, have you ever been to Peanut Island?
I can't say that I have.
Well, you're really missing out. I mean, the snorkeling there is incredible, and Leroy won't go because he thinks that that's just for intangibles, and he won't partake in snorkeling.
Snorkeling is not just for intangibles, Leroy.
Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
How can I put it? Not for Leroy?
There you go. That's more like it.
Because in my house, there's a split decision because my daughter and my wife would go.
Okay, Jim, I got it. 2 people to 1 in favor of the hordes. I got to tell you, Jim, Leroy's going to have to go snorkeling. He's outvoted here.
You got to go.
I miss Harold Letterman, man. Nobody does it like him. Can I tell you something? Nobody scores a boxing match like him. Everybody else.
He's 100% wrong. He does it with confidence.
Nobody does it like he did. Everybody else has stunk. Like they always put like somebody else on the broadcast doing it, and it's like Chris Mannix or whoever the hell's doing the Fox broadcast.
The problem is that now it's almost like a conversation, like you're doing a segment on what the final, what the total is. Whereas before, you just went to Howard Letterman. That's it.
Right.
You didn't have discussions. You didn't have, well, I thought it was this way. No, that was it.
That's it. And so, that's, and he tell you, Jim, I got to tell you. And you just be like, you got to take Harold at his word. You either agree or disagree. But sometimes I think I agree with you. I think these boxing broadcasters, they fall too much into a narrative, and they don't even they decide. They can't just say what the fight is. I say this as a professional broadcaster for the sweet science, and I do think that has been a lost thing. I think fans just want to just call the fight, say what's happening in front of you, but they go into these things of like they want to turn it into first takes sometimes. I'm like, no, that's what Harold Letterman was for. Miss him. They don't make him like Harold Letterman anymore, dude. So these headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. The Mets fired their manager. That took long enough. Oof, they're bad.
Is he the first firing of the season?
No, he's not. He's the third, maybe fourth firing.
Jeez.
People thought that he held on too long, dude. No, you remember the Phillies fired their manager like 2 weeks into the season.
Oh, yeah, and then they got good.
The Red Sox fired their manager. They fired Alex Cora very quickly into the season. And I feel like
you think these happen with conversations? Like they may have a conversation about who to play or whatever, and the manager is, then he kind of says, I'm the manager of this team, and they go, not anymore.
Sometimes, yeah, I think that sometimes happens. That definitely happened with some of the Marlins firings over the years. But man, I mean, the Mets, for all they've spent, and they have been awful the last 2 years.
I don't understand that. Like
they're the Mets. They're losers, dude.
If you go get, like, first of all, I don't think personally that you can win if you just go get a bat, right? Like there has to be a plan around him. He has to have protection around him so that it means something when he hits.
Mm-hmm.
The only investments that I could think that will always probably give you a chance is pitching. And I don't necessarily know if there's enough. So you kind of have to do what the Marlins are doing and kind of, couple of quality guys, couple of guys you brought in, trade for some guys that have a certain style and go from there.
It's crazy, though. You think about, like, you bring in Juan Soto, and Juan Soto's, like, leaving the Yankees, and he just takes $1 gazillion to go to the Mets. They have been terrible with him. And again, like, one player cannot, always make up for it. But that's got to be, I mean, like, look, I'm sure he just glows looking at his bank account every night. That probably helps him sleep because, man, he got a lot of money. But to go from one side of New York to the other, and you're just looking up at the standings, you're like, what happened? Why are we so bad? It's like,
are the Mets the only team that really spend that much money and are just terrible at it? Everybody else at least competes, right?
I'm trying to think, like, who else has spending a ton of dough but stinks? I'm looking at
the Padres spend a bunch of money. They're in it.
Yeah, they're in it. That
Dodgers,
division,
of course.
That division is decent. Dodgers,
Yankees,
Dodgers, Yankees.
Boston.
Boston stinks. I don't think that they are spending like that, like they used to.
Like
a lot of people have been saying that they've cut back because John Henry wants to sell. So he's pulling the Marlins. That's exactly what he did down here when he was the owner.
Who else? I can't think of,
I think you got the teams. I think you got the guys. I definitely got to think that they're the worst bang for their buck. And not to mention we're about to go into a strike next year anyway, or a lockout.
Because the contracts are too big.
Well, they want to do Steve Cohen's the exact reason. So because they can't help themselves. They spend $1 gazillion and then they're just sitting here and like, oh, we're going to be sitting here and the Marlins have a better record than us. And so they want the Marlins to pay a little bit more. The Red Sox do pay a lot of money. Woo, they stink. I didn't realize their payroll was that big. Not as big as the Mets, though. They're shy of the Mets by over $100 million.
Which is, they're shy of the Mets by the Marlins.
Oof, that's crazy.
Right? Are the Marlins spending $100 million?
They are not spending $100 million. They're spending $82 million, and I feel like 10 of that is at Stanton.
Right.
And then the rest is Sandy. So
think about
there's probably some Wei and Chen money in there that I don't know of either. You look under the couch cushion. It's like, what is that? Oh, that's the Marlins still owing Wei and Chen.
Right.
Probably. But anyway, that's too much time on the Mets being awful. Here on a Friday, the Marlins themselves, they will start a road trip today against the St. Louis Cardinals, and they in a very good NL Central division. They're third place. They're 42-36. So this is they are going to be the toughest test for the Fish out here on the road. So that'll get going today at 8:15, first of 10 away. But good news. the story we have been waiting for all week. Marlins hot dog hungry dog. He has been found.
Got him?
Got him. He has been found. Inside Edition, which I didn't even know was still on the air. Inside Edition found the owner of Hungry Jonah, and he is going to take the Marlins up on their claim. He doesn't know what that means. He's like, yeah, whatever that, I don't know what that means, but yes, we'll take them up for his dream day. So congratulations to Jonah. We're happy that you're going to be fulfilled with getting all the hot dogs you want.
Don't we have to doesn't the owner have to answer questions first?
Yeah, I didn't watch that.
Did he have a hot dog? Was he just being greedy?
I don't think I didn't watch the whole interview. I only watched the clips. I think what he said was he didn't realize that he was just staring off at the hot dog like that. So he is but he has been found. So whether or not Jonah does feel like he's going to get his payback on it.
Oh. Jonah right now is the dog is getting excited. He knows what's up.
He knows what's up. He knows what's up.
He's probably saying, "Can I go with a different owner though?"
You think he's just like, hey, give me the fun owner. My owner's a stick in the mud. And then last night, if you guys missed it late, USA fell to Türkiye 3-2 to close out group play for Team USA.
Because nobody played?
They give Pulisic some time. He came in subbed, actually, but they the one scooted away, and they were able to get a very late goal in extra time. So Türkiye pulled away, which I actually almost put the draw in on Kalshi, so thank goodness I did not, because that would have been a heartbreaking loss. That would have been a tough one to swallow.
That late, huh?
Oh, dude, yeah, it was late. It was a walk-off. It was like right as the 97th minute hit. They got it in. Boom, it was over. Benny Phillips says, Türkiye does sound more fun. Yeah, I know people are having problems with the Türkiye. I'm like, I'm fine. I'll call you what you want. I don't really care.
I don't, but I'm just like, why? Is there an explanation?
That's what they want it. That's what they want their country to be called.
Right.
Right.
Instead of a dry bird.
Oh, Dade South says, oh man, I got to tell you. So I'm such a wreck. Last night I was doing a YouTube live chat because, I don't talk on a microphone enough, but I was doing a YouTube live chat. And I have the Panthers on noties right now because you can't have the Panthers on noties in the regular season because you'll get the game spoiled for you. They tweet out goals immediately. Panthers, can I just say something? Panthers social media team, can we have like a 15 Mississippi count on tweeting out about goals? Because you guys are spoilers, dude, when it comes to the noties. Like, and I'm telling you, I watch Panthers on an antenna. So I got the fastest Panthers you could have a Panthers goal, but it gets spoiled. So Ricardo says, Tobin, you're not a professional. Who says noties? That's what the kids say. Brittany, you're young. Don't you say noties?
I've never in my life said noties.
What do you say when you have something on
notification?
You don't call it noties?
Absolutely. I've never heard anybody but you call it that. And I'm significantly younger than you.
Well, that's true. I'm going to be 40 soon, but nobody calls it noties.
Nobody calls it noties.
Huh.
Except for you.
Crazy. It says right now on AI, noti, or the plural, noti or notifs is an abbreviation for notifications. Sounds like I'm more with than you, dude.
No, I mean, I've said notifs, but not noties.
You said notice?
Notifs.
Notifs?
Notifs.
Noties is so much cooler.
I really don't think it is.
I think it is, dude. I think you got to try it. Just try it on. Walk around the store for a little bit. See if it's comfortable.
Okay, I'll try it on for you.
Anyway,
I already say I don't like the style. I don't.
No,
it's not going to fit me right.
So anyway, I was watching. I'm such an idiot. So I'm so wrapped up in this Sergei Bobrovsky. You know what? I got to take a break. I'll tell the whole story when I come back because we're up against it. Quickly though, let me give you a weather update. That's brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, replacing roof repairs, maintenance, hurricane impact, windows and doors. Visit tornadoroofing.com. And currently, right now, it is in Miami.
Mostly cloudy, huh?
Mostly cloudy, Leroy.
Yeah.
Thunderstorms expected around 3 p.m. Wind gusts up to 14 miles per hour. So have your hoodie ready, everybody. 71% humidity. And what's our feels like? Feels like 86 right now. So the feels like is the samesies.
At
High of
10:18 in the morning.
Yep. Soupy. We'll take a break. More to come. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. The World Football Scoreboard is brought to you by your local Twin Peaks. Twin Peaks is truly unmatched for every match with 29-degree drafts of Michelob Ultra, spicy margaritas made with Casamigos, and unrivaled views all tournament. Twin Peaks eats, drinks, scenic views. As your score yesterday, you had the Ivory Coast beat Curacao 2-0. Ecuador beat Germany 2-1 filthy. You had Japan and Sweden play to a 1-1 draw. The Netherlands beat Tunisia 3-1. Paraguay and Australia 0-0. And then you had Türkiye beat USA 3-2 late last night. Today
it was like, you know what sucks watching that last game? Because everybody knows what they need.
right.
And if you need a tie, oh my goodness, they
Oof.
just kicked the ball around.
Yeah.
Because Japan only needed a tie, and they had a 1-0 lead, and then Sweden scored. And I'm like, here
Yep.
we go.
Today, here's your schedule. You have Norway and France at 3 o'clock. That's at Foxborough. You have Senegal and Iraq at 3 o'clock. That's in Toronto. Tonight at 8 o'clock, you have Cape Verde against Saudi Arabia in Houston. You have Uruguay and Spain in Mexico. At 11 o'clock, you have Egypt and Iran. That's from Seattle at 11. And then at 11, you also have New Zealand and Belgium from Vancouver. So that is your lineup today coming up on your scoreboard. But yeah, I was a mess yesterday.
All right, what happened?
So I'm very emotional right now, you know, with Sergei Bobrovsky's future. I was doing a live chat yesterday with some YouTubers, and you know, I had noties on, or notifs. So I had the noties on, and I see that the Panthers tweeted out an American flag and a salute. And I had completely forgotten in the midst of this that soccer was happening, just because I've been wrapped, you know, to be fair, I've been wrapped up. I have not been as into the World Cup this week just because we've been so busy with Heat stuff, Giannis, Brady Kachuk, Marlins. You know, I've tuned in. You know, I ended up watching the end of the game last night after I got done, but I had completely forgotten. And here's the thing. The game had started right in the middle of me doing a YouTube chat, and apparently USA scored like right off the bat. And so I don't know, it just didn't compute. It didn't compute. So I thought that the Panthers were being, you know, slick. I thought that they were signaling when they put the American flag and the salute. I had thought that they had signed they had traded for Connor Hellebuck because he was on Team USA. Really?
Not that the U.S. scored.
Didn't even compute. Didn't even think about it. And then everybody was like, they're like, dude, the USA is playing right now. They scored right off the bat. I was like, oh, thank God. I was so scared. I thought we lost Sergei.
So the thing that sucks with that is, ever since I've known you, I've had to talk you off cliffs like this, to where you jump to this conclusion and it could be something else, right? And here's a perfect example of why we have to like keep you level-headed at times, because the U.S. score a goal in soccer and you think the Panthers got Hellebuck.
Well, I didn't think the Panthers were tweeting out about Team USA. I don't know. Maybe I thought like I didn't forgot the game was going on. Then I was like, well, it's kind of a meaningless game. I didn't know that they were going to be on their I didn't know that they were going to be. I'm scared about everything they tweet out. Like today, they just tweeted out, hey, Panthers fans, how are we feeling on this Friday? I'm like, why are they being so friendly? Like they made a big trade.
Oh.
You know, you're just like, I'm in a very...
It's the draft, and they're having an event for it.
Oh,
Just,
yeah.
You know,
I'm very
Brittany.
suspicious.
there was just a commercial about it on the station.
Welcome to the party.
We have draft coverage tonight, yeah?
Yes.
Oh, is there a draft party?
Yes.
Well, that sounds like a good
Bill
time.
and Billy Lindsay.
They're
like-
great. I love that duo.
So
Yep.
do you understand my frustrations at time? And Brittany, people take this as being Debbie Downer or
You are Debbie Downer. Let's not.
okay, but you understand that you're just new to this party. I've dealt with this for almost 10 years. That
Well, it's
he
been 10
does
years.
this because his mind is thinking about something totally different.
I mean,
any
to be
sign or
fair-
signal, he thinks it's about his issue.
To be fair, it is weird that they just tweeted the salute with the American flag
Right.
for a goal scored by the U.S. soccer team. Now, if it was the hockey team, sure, maybe, I guess. But you're not expecting the Panthers to be tweeting out about the U.S. men's national team. I don't know. That's just my opinion. So I can see.
Did they keep
Where-
doing it, or they just do it the one time?
That's the thing. It's like that's a good question. Because if they only did it once, then it could be something.
Did they delete
Could be
it?
nothing. Did they delete it?
They might have deleted it.
He's spiraling. If they
I
delete
swear
it,
they tweeted it. I think they might have deleted it because people
but
had
if
the
they
same
deleted
thought.
it, that's scary. That's even worse, don't you think?
Hold. Maybe they put a. Dude, I think they look. I'm not here to tell you. I'm telling you, Leroy. I couldn't have been the only one. That I saw them tweet it last night, and now it's gone.
All right.
They deleted it, dude. I'm telling you, dude. I think people thought what I thought was that was a signal that they got helibugged. Now, here's the thing. There was a rumor yesterday that the Carolina Hurricanes made a big offer for Heli. And it wasn't accepted. For whatever reason, it wasn't accepted. Now, he's got no movement. He's got a relationship with the brass here. So he may be telling Carolina to kick rocks. But it'd be pretty crazy to tell they just won the Stanley Cup. It'd be pretty crazy to tell Carolina to kick rocks, and they have a very big goalie need too. Even with them winning the Stanley Cup, they did it with the worst goaltending known to man.
Right.
So do with it what you will. I don't know. There's also reports that the Panthers and Bob have re-engaged this week, that they're going to maybe do a longer term deal, to kind of wink the numbers. So I don't know. I'm a mess. I'm not proud of what I've done today. Okay, so I walked in. They did one of those silent auctions, right?
Mhm.
And I saw a picture of Sergei Bobrovsky with the Stanley Cup, and I'm like, I'm bidding on that. I won. I'm like, why did I purchase that? I'm just a wreck. Because then I'm like, maybe they won't have Sergei Bobrovsky if he plays for the LA Kings. If they won't have memorabilia.
You're amazing.
Thank you.
You're like, I mean, that's what I'm used to it. I just let you go.
We got some news from the boxing world. We have official weights in for tomorrow's bout. Jaron Boots Ennis weighs in at 153 pounds. So he's on weight. And our boy Xander Zayas, who there was all this, he's not going to make weight, blah, 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 blah. 153.8 pounds. Boom. On weight. Kiss my ass.
Look,
people in the boxing world just, you make weight.
but that's just it. Like there's guys who talk trash, and there's guys who talk and think it's trash, right? You talking about, you're gonna struggle making weight? Yeah, we all do.
Listen, hey,
like
no excuses. Weight bully nonsense. You took the fight. I don't want to hear nothing.
right.
Boy, he's big in 36 hours. Yeah, he's gonna be big.
By the way,
he's gonna be big.
Brittany, he is the biggest 154-pound fighter I've ever seen in my life. He looks like he's almost 200 when he fights.
So I don't want to hear none of this after all that yakking about fat camp and you looking bony. Made weight, a professional. That's what the kid is.
So I want to ask you about this. You like the one thing about Xander is he about that action.
Yeah.
Right? Do you think that this is one of those fights that maybe he needs to be a little more tactical and not just
maybe but I think the thing that I'm worried about is I'm always worried, and I know that he's got a great camp, but I have always thought that they've been very conservative when he's had guys really hurt and they don't let him be him.
Right.
And
Finish him off, and you think he could hurt Boots and let him
yeah,
get right.
I wish that they had a little bit more in some of these fights of letting Xander have a killer instinct, and he's just so respectful because he's had these trainers since he was a kid, and his brother's in the corner and all that type of stuff. And I don't think that of him as like a monster power puncher. He's a thumper. Like, he really can put a lot of damage on you, but I wish that he could. I wish he had a few more of those where like they let him go for the kill. But I still think that he loves a firefight. He's not by no means is ever backing off of that. Even in fights that he's winning in a landslide, sometimes he just can't help himself. And I think this is going to be one of those ones where there's definitely going to be firefights at times. So we'll see.
All right.
We will see. I'm excited about it. And by the way, you guys can trade that matchup and the world's biggest soccer tournament all on Kalshi by Zayas versus Boots tomorrow. I took our guy X at 25% to pull off the upset. Tomorrow also on the pitch, everybody's looking forward to this matchup down here. Colombia and Portugal. Portugal currently trading at 53%, so a $100 trade pays out $182. Colombia trading at a 24%, $100 trade pays out at just under $400. And you can follow still all the Miami free agent summer movement. A lot of buzz we're going to get to on could there be a reunion with the King? That's currently trading at 10%. So a $100 trade gets you 855 smackaroos on the payout. People say smackaroos anymore?
No.
I think they do. On Kalshi, you're trading against the world peers in a live market, meaning there's no house, and the probabilities change. So you can buy in or out of your position. And for a limited time, you download the Kalshi app. Use the code Tobin to get $10 when you trade 10. KALSHI Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game. 18 plus only. Restrictions, eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. All right, welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program as the Miami Heat got Giannis this week, and very exciting times down here in South Florida. They just they're filling up some of their summer league roster, Leroy, and they got this giant intangibles. I mean, oh my goodness, he's enormous. Arnas Sakenis, and he played for Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville, and he was the Ohio Valley Conference Defensive Player of the Year. 7'1". So, just
maybe he'll play in 2030.
Why are you doing that, dude?
Because he's a big and he plays for the Heat.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, imagine if he's playing. I mean, I think he's a little older. I would guess. You know.
All right.
I don't know. Gosh, you know, what a you know, she's really spot on with that. You yum yucking, dude. Can't even enjoy Arnas for like 2 seconds.
That's what that is?
That's what that is, dude.
Wait a minute. I'm not the one that has issues with bigs.
Huh?
Like you said, I said maybe he'll play in when it's 2030. I mean, you know how they treat bigs around here. So how is that being a Debbie Downer?
Well, I mean, why? Because of Kel'el?
No, all bigs. We've had this conversation before about how Spo treats bigs.
It's more young bigs. I don't know, you know.
So
like
you say because he's a little bit older, Spo might.
I mean, I don't think the guy from Southern, where the hell is he from?
Illinois.
No, he's not from Southern Illinois. He's from Southern Illinois, Edwardsville.
So he's not. What is it? Saluki? What's the Southern Illinois? Or is that Northern Illinois?
No, I think you're right. I think Southern Illinois is the Salukis. He doesn't play for Southern Illinois. He plays for Southern Illinois, Edwardsville.
So they just drafted him because he was big.
They're the Cougars. Well, they didn't draft him. They signed him.
Signed him. All right.
Southern Illinois, 8 points, 8.8 points, 4.9 rebounds, and 1.1 blocks per game. Oh, 2.3 blocks per game last year.
Right.
All right. Listen, intangibles. Listen, Vlad Golden, that's putting you on notice, dude. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Crazy, man.
That is.
And that reminds me of Cater Kohu, Texas A&M Commerce.
Oh, isn't that when Marco said he won the lottery?
Oh my God. Such an idiot.
Wait. And Tobin, as calm as he could be, he goes, No, it's not that type of lottery.
He really is an idiot. He really is.
They say dude won a life lottery, not the Florida lottery.
Unbelievable. So I don't know what to do with this, but like Rich Paul seems to be dropping a lot of hints lately. And
about his boy?
About his guy. And the reports again are that the Lakers haven't even engaged with LeBron James on a contract. Now, I can tell you that, you know, everybody really has been saying for a while they think that he's going to end up with Cleveland. But Cleveland can't offer him that much money. I mean, they straight out can only offer him $4 million. They could do a sign and trade for Jared Allen. I don't know if they want to do that. And then they could obviously pay him a little bit more. But the Heat do have this $15 million mid-level exception that they could just dole out for somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, dude. Like, he's on his podcast and he's talking about number one options, don't really have to be number one options. And, you know, shooting, the need for shooting can be misleading. And I'm like, what's he talking about, man? He's being weird, you know, and he's like being very complimentary about the Heat system. And he's being very like, I think Giannis is going to work out in Miami. And I'm just like, Rich Paul feels like he's up to something, dude. I don't know what it is. but there may have been a pivot point here all of a sudden where they're like, and Ethan Skolnick reported yesterday or said on Twitter yesterday that the Heat are going to at least explore it, the possibility of LeBron coming in here. But like, is this crazy, the idea that the Miami Heat would bring in LeBron James to pair with Bam and Giannis at his age, but very good? But is that wild? Like, is that a crazy way to go build this team? Because this was supposed to be like the Giannis and Bam build, but they, like LeBron's certainly a playmaker. We know that.
He
he's
can
used to having the ball
facilitate.
late. Yep. It's not the greatest shooting team in the world, but they're very big. It's a large. Now you become a large team. I don't know, man. This is a little bit strange. All the breadcrumbs that are starting to be out there on social media.
Right. I don't necessarily know how it fits. But I would say it is the type of signing that makes you think they just want a guy who could do everything. He don't have to be LeBron, but can facilitate, can shoot a little bit, can get to the rim. He does a lot. And so maybe what'll happen if he did come down here is that they could take one guy and fill 3 holes, right? Not knowing how much he's going to be asked to play or how much he's going to be able to play. But the things that LeBron does would help the Heat. It's just that I don't know if they could expect him to be the LeBron that left here.
Well, obviously not. Yeah.
Well, we say that, but then if we watch a game and he's like being a 40-year-old.
Well,
like,
I guess, and the thing that's I guess different about this team is like on the Lakers, that's a team with a lot of sieves on defense and,
right.
and no size. I mean, this is going to be a team with 2 dynamic big men with
defenders.
him.
Correct.
They would obviously still need to find shooting in the other 2 spots, which, we've seen what the options are that are out there. It seems like they'll be viable, minimum guys that they could bring in.
Did you see the thing from Detroit that said sign and trade with Duncan and
Powell? Yes, I have seen that. I am not quite sure if that's realistic because I do think that Duncan is loved there. I don't think that they're going to be like super geeked up to just give him off in a sign trade, and they did open up more cap space. So I guess that depends on what Powell is expecting as a payday. So are they like expecting to max out Norman Powell? Does Norman Powell have those kind of offers? Like, I don't think so. So who's to say that they don't get Norman and Duncan Robinson both in the fold? Now, Duncan's got a little bit of a weird deal because he only has like, I think $3 million guaranteed this season. But he's still on the books for whatever it is, 18.
Right.
So I don't know. That's definitely an interesting one. And then and the other thing with the LeBron part of this is, okay, does he sign a mid-level exception with the Heat, or do the Heat do a sign and trade if Wiggins opts in? And that's the other thing is we really don't have a ton of clarity until
when do they have to opt in by?
Wiggins' date is the 29th.
Oh, so it's,
soon. Yeah, it's soon.
Right.
So I don't know.
Hope they don't pull an Anthony Carter. Remember that?
Well, I don't think
that paperwork didn't get in.
I don't think the Heat would want them to pull an Anthony Carter. I think that
they want him to sign.
I think they want him. I think if the Heat had their way, I think they would. I think they want Wiggins to opt in. Like all things. That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know if they want.
Could they extend him and,
they could
get some salary space?
Yes, they could. He could opt out and sign a new deal with them. Yes.
Right, but that's probably what they're talking about now.
Probably. Yeah, they're probably asking.
And to be honest with you, I mean, here's the thing that sucks. If he opts in, it's going to be hard playing knowing that at any point in time, you're the first contract to get traded.
Yeah.
That's a tough spot.
It is.
Right?
It is. I mean, I guess it's
just because he's a veteran, he's got family, and he would rather avoid that and say, look, the same thing could happen. if you extend me. But I just want the security,
Right.
of a couple of more years. And I think they could work something out. Maybe they could do that and then give LeBron more money.
The only thing if I was Wiggins is, if I opt in, there's a lot more teams with cap space next year. A lot more teams will be able to just give you free agent money. So there could
you
be
opt
just
in and do the 1 year and just
opt in and
bet
then,
on yourself.
You just bet on yourself. He's always been a durable guy.
He would be more likable if he was just more active, right? I think everybody likes his skill set, but there's too many times during a game when you watch him, he's just not active.
Yeah, he's just not a closer. Like he's got everything along the way to fill in the cracks, but he almost like you see these flashes of like, this is the greatest basketball player I've ever seen, and then like it just goes away.
It just and he won't shoot for a quarter and a half.
And he's just cool with it,
He's so laid back. I think that's the other part of it that, takes you, catches you off guard, is that he won't do anything when he's having he'll have a great first quarter and then he might not shoot until the second half. And he's quiet. He's not, it's almost like you want to check him for a heart rate every now and then. It just seems he's very he's just a laid back dude.
Brittany, you into LeBron or Wiggins being on this team next year?
This is tough because for the nostalgia and the story of it all, I would love to have LeBron. I just don't know at his age with this core, it makes the most sense.
Do you think LeBron thinks he's got a better chance, Brittany, to win with the Cavs or the Heat? With this,
I think he thinks
Cavs.
No, I disagree with that.
Really? James Harden.
He has to. Yeah, James Harden. I don't think LeBron and James Harden on the same team is something that I could even visualize.
I agree with you. I think that's the weirdest fit of them all.
It would be way weirder than him coming to Miami, obviously. I don't even think it's a fit problem in Miami. I think it's just an age thing. I don't know. It's just weird. I can't imagine him here with this core. It just feels odd.
I mean, look, he's obviously got a long-standing relationship with Spo. He's got a lot of respect for Bam. I think Giannis adores him from a respect growing up watching. But it is also this is supposed to be the Giannis build. Yeah. Does bringing in LeBron and all that entails of hey, this could be his last run. This could be his last ride. I obviously I don't worry about Bam sacrificing. He's going to be fine. He's going to catch lobs from LeBron and they'll figure all that out. But man, I mean, you want to talk about one of the most talked about teams in the league. Who's not going to want to see what that looks like every single night?
It would be so polarizing and it would be fun. But it's is that the direction that they want to go to?
I mean, we're two intangibles away. That's what we need. We're two intangibles away. We need two intangible shooters.
Oh, yeah.
Pelle Larson is going to be running into people left and right.
Pelle fits right into that team perfectly.
Yeah.
Well, he fits in with any team, let's be honest. But it'd be interesting because of that's a really you need to win right now.
If we could just have Pelle Larson instead of going with the Shaolin monks, can we just have him go to a monastery with Wayne Ellington and if we could get Pelle Larson to be a 37% shooter?
What is he?
He was 33 last year. If we could just get him somewhere where he's just dangerous, leaving him open. And he's truly Swedish.
There's not a lot of those guys.
I know there's not.
You're sitting here saying, I wish somebody could become this. They don't exist. They're not out there.
But if he could, I'm just saying if he could, that's a game. It's honestly a game changer for the Heat. It is. But you're right. Listen, when you're right, you're right.
You want a guy that's you say, I really wish that wide receiver could run a 4.2. So does he.
Runs with the parachute behind him.
Yeah, you mean in front of it to pull him? You put the parachute behind you, it makes it tougher.
We'll take a break. More to come. We're back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. As we're getting here on a Friday, man, having some fun. Let's get to first some weather report. Leroy, what do we got here? Brought to us by Tornado Roofing Contracting. Storm season is here, really. Make sure your home is ready. Get your free roof and window estimate today. Visit tornadoroofing.com.
Okay, Jim. It's mostly cloudy, winds coming out of the east because I see a plane turning over my house. Winds are light, 5 miles an hour tops. And it looks like some rain is brewing. It's got to be about 85 degrees. Feels like hot as hell. That's all you need to know. But be careful out there because the rain's coming. It just looks that way. It looks like it's building.
All right. Well, listen, sounds like a great night to stay indoors and watch, the rest of Love Island I got to catch up on.
Oh, you're behind on Love Island?
You're behind.
Yeah, I am behind. I have not watched. I started watching this morning yesterday's episode. I've gotten up to them kicking Alana out of the villa because
Can we talk about house? I didn't even hear it. It was so subtle.
That's what they always do. Whenever you get whenever they catch you saying racial slurs and they cancel you, they're just like, Alana has left the villa.
And then literally. And then it was like followed by that ridiculous conversation between Padmeda and Corbin that just felt.
Oh,
like
that was weird.
I felt like I lost brain cells actually watching that. I almost
those are two pretty dummies. Let me tell you. That's what I think they like that. I think they're like we're not there.
And they're sitting talking across. They're sitting across from each other talking as if they're saying the most interesting things to one another.
Leroy, the conversation was literally like, you're so pretty and I'm so pretty and we're so perfect.
Yeah, it really was. It was crazy.
That was the gist of their conversation.
That's exactly
basically Ken and Barbie.
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much, except non-intangibles version.
Yeah.
But yes, that's exactly where I left off, Brittany, this morning. I gotta go catch up from there and then I'll watch tonight.
Is diabolical.
All right. I'm looking forward
and
to
you better
it.
get caught up because tonight is the Casa recoupling.
I know. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Yeah, I'm going to do that. We're going to watch Supergirl today. Excited. Why does that make you think of Snitchy Mouse?
Or Fonz.
Or
I
Fonz.
got nobody to go to
Superhero movies with, man?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. Is there anything next month we can go do something? I'll bring Tommy along. We can go watch some superhero movies.
The only ones that are coming out is
New Spider-Man, right?
See, I'm out on Spider-Man.
Yeah. Listen, I got to pretend like I like him.
What? The Spider-Man movies are so good.
I haven't seen any of them.
You've not seen any of the Tom Holland ones?
Not really. No.
Tobin,
I think
they're
I've seen
so good.
I know. I haven't seen any of them.
And haven't you sat here and argued with me that Jerry would hear me?
Well,
That
I've seen
Tobin
him.
Maguire isn't the best.
Well, I've seen his movies, and also the only thing I've seen is Tom Holland as Spider-Man in the Avengers. I've seen all the Avengers movies, I think.
He's a great Spider-Man. You need to watch them.
I mean, listen, I'm not here to say that he's not. Is he British?
Yes, he is.
Interesting.
What does that have to do with anything?
You ever notice how we can't do their voices anymore? Like they're always coming over here doing American voices.
It's very hard to replicate their accents.
It's not that hard, dude. I could do it. I do it all the time,
Doesn't mean you do it right.
As you do it doesn't mean it's done.
I mean, it's just like, oh, look at me. I'm a Spider-Man. I'm swinging. Pew, pew, pew.
That's like a specific part of the UK that you're speaking in.
Yeah,
there's different accents for different areas.
I know all the accents.
In America.
I watch Love Island. I can do all the accents. I can do them all. I'm a Spider-Man. Listen, I swing here, I swing there. Oh, I can talk like this. It pops up. Like that's how they talk, dude.
Dude, Brittany, can I just tell you this?
I'm not encouraging him. He's doing it himself.
This is also the same guy that got the Struts to cuss on air.
Oh, they were very mad at me
for trying that accent.
He got too in character.
Ooh, got a trade. Sean Sharania says the Oklahoma City Thunder are trading sharpshooter Isaiah Joe to the Detroit Pistons for 2 future second-round picks.
Oh, so maybe
I wonder if that means they're
trading dunks and bringing in a point guard.
maybe. Well, Cade's their
Or
point
he'll
guard.
be a 2. I'm sorry, a 2.
Yeah, interesting. Okay. All right. Schmeathan says the move before the move. Getting rid of Duncan Robinson. Crazy.
I mean, he'd be Steph Curry down here, especially when you have 0 to no shooting, right?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what the Rook's gonna do. You know, I will tell you. Who was it? It was Jeff Teague. He's got that podcast, his podcast Club 520, I think it is, and he's a and they're based in Indianapolis, and he's been following Ryan Conwell for a while, and he's just like perfect. He was really talking it up. He's like, that's the perfect place for you. They're gonna need you right away. He's like, in the Heat, they actually give their second round picks a chance, which they do. I mean, the Heat will play their second round picks. The only guy who really hasn't of late, which was odd because they spent a lot of picks to get him, was KZ Okpala. He was kind of like the physical menace that they just never developed into anything. You know, they took a chance and they're like, hey, maybe this guy could be our I remember people like, hey, maybe he could be our Giannis, and just he never was. But yeah, there's been, I mean, they're going to give the kid a chance for sure. I think that he's going to get those opportunities. But you obviously, it's ballsy going into a season relying on a rookie. You know, you need to have some kind of veteran, I think, proven commodity there.
It is. I think sometimes the only teams that really do it are with, the top picks or out of necessity, right? Sometimes the Heat have been caught in situations where the young guys had to play and they played well, and we kind of got away from it and just said, okay, back to the bench for you. And they never got any run. So their play during the course of the year looked like a young player who plays off and on, right? Veterans can do that. But young guys need to be in the flow even more. And when you spot play them and they get hot, and they want to keep that run going, and now they're on the bench for 4 games, that's hard to do too.
Handsome Daffy says, I remember when the Heat played Norris Cole. I do too. They put Norris Cole out there right away. Remember that game against the Celtics he had, like right off the bat?
Yeah, but guess what? They had to.
They had to, yeah.
It wasn't like he won a position. It was like, who we got? Norris
Chalmers started right out of the gate. He was in the Beasley draft. He started every game. So yeah, suppose not. I mean, I'm not here to tell you that Ryan Conwell can't contribute this year. Maybe he very well can. I cannot wait to see what he does in summer league.
Right.
But Jeff Teague is right. I wouldn't put it past the Heat to be like, hey, guess what, dude? We need you. You're gonna go do something for us this year.
Right. Like it happens. I think it's funny because the Heat seem to be torn between drafting really young guys and guys that have had some run in college, right? They tried the really, really young thing, and I think they all pulled their hair out, from Pat to Spo. Even as talented as the young kids are, they're not. This is a new thing for them, right? They want their young guys come in like D Wade, right?
Yeah,
and just buy in right away, and
wasn't a one and doneer either,
right? Exactly. So, like that's the thing. When you look at the older guys that they draft, and I don't know why we talk about, this guy's really old. I mean, 23 is not old. If your prime is 26, 27, then you actually get a kid that gets into his prime a little bit quicker than an 18, 19-year-old.
Look, Conwell's a guy that they said like they had as a first round grade. That they probably late first round grade, but they thought that he was talented enough, being with his shooting ability. Obviously every GM likes to say that they had a guy high on a board, but he, you could tell based on what Spo was saying, like he obviously impressed them. They raved about his makeup. Like I asked Adam Simon that night about like what are they, he's like part of the reason he left is because every coach left his stops. So that kind of
Right.
played into why he jumped from school to school. But he's like, literally every coach that we talk to raves about the kid.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing too that also, like, we look at all the changes, right? And we don't necessarily look at the reasons behind it. You see what I mean? It's crazy. That's the part that's crazy, is that sometimes you do need to know the story, right? Well, why did you switch from this school to this school, right? And now everybody says, "Oh, it's NIL, it's NIL," but sometimes it could be, I wasn't playing,
Yeah.
and I have an opportunity to go somewhere else and play.
And Louisville's got some NIL scratch. Like that's a big basketball school.
Right. Correct.
You know, that's their
Correct.
baby.
Absolutely.
Jack Harlow throws it in there, you know. Where is Jack Harlow? Is he doing anything these days, or is his run over?
He made an R&B album.
Oh,
not
so
that
it's
long
over. Yeah.
ago.
So
We're
it's
like,
over.
yeah, no, that's not really your thing, buddy.
Yeah, it's over. All right. It was a good run, you know.
That was a good run.
It was a good run. Listen, there's only one dude who's gonna last forever. You know, it's Eminem. That's it.
He's
You know,
amazing.
once you start changing genres, like
Remember
it's
back in the day, they said it's pretty amazing in the United States that the best rapper is white, and what did they say? The best golfer is black.
Yep. 2001. What a time.
Yeah.
We'll take a break here on the program. More to come. We are back after this. All right, welcome back. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. We'll take you guys up until 2 here on the program. As about to head into this lovely weekend ahead.
Yep, got a tournament this weekend.
Ooh, really?
Yep.
Where what is it, like a pro-am? You just friends? What do you guys? Charity? What do you got? What is that thing?
Broward Am.
So is it were you the champ last year?
2 years ago.
All right. Returning
Last year I wet the bed in big time.
big time.
Oh, it was terrible.
So do you play
couldn't get that ball to go in the hole for no reason.
do you play with like a partner?
No,
Just you.
me.
Interesting.
I think a lot of like guys who play team sports really like golf because I want it to be on me. Right? And so when I watch golf, I love the fact that you can have conversations with everybody, your caddy and whatever, but at the end of the day, you're the one pulling the shot. You got to make the call. I like that. It's something different than I live my whole life, right? So I get annoyed when I turn on the TV or I'm playing with somebody and they complain about every other thing. Somebody made a noise. Can you move? Can you I'm like, dude, why are you avoiding your failure? Because you ain't a tour player. So it's brutal. I enjoy it.
I thought of you yesterday because I had a customer service snafu picking up food, which is that's your Super Bowl.
What happened? Hey, hold on. I'm gonna perk up for this one. Let me tell you what happened.
So I was ordering food. I was out and about, and I was ordering food for the family. I was going to order our favorite Thai place. But I did it through an app. So sometimes we'll get delivery. So I won't say which delivery app it is, but I went to our local favorite Thai place to pick up some food, and they're not very good with technology.
Right.
And so, usually when you order from a place, it'll say oh, your order has been confirmed. And, that's that. So it always, but what it will tell you when you don't do the delivery, you always track delivery because it's delivery. Obviously,
Right.
It'll say, hey, your order has been picked up. It's on the way.
Mm-hmm.
But if you do pickup, it's kind of just this is your estimated pickup time.
Oh.
So I got, I didn't go there quick. I went and probably went 25 minutes later to go pick up the food. It seemed like a reasonable time. I've picked up here before. But I go in there and it's an old lady who's running the counter.
Yeah.
And, the old aren't very good with technology. And so I say, hey, picking up, give her my name. And you could just see immediately she looks, she goes, 15 minutes. And I'm like, 15 minutes? So that just means you haven't cooked it yet. When
Right.
you just go to a place and they're just hey, 15 minutes.
Can I tell you what I get irritated about? And this is, it's a fair thing. Most people, I don't know about you guys, okay? And I don't care what people have to say about this. Most people order takeout so they can go in, pick up their food, and get the hell out of there.
Right.
Right? If I'm going to sit there for a substantial amount of time, I'll just bring the family to the damn restaurant.
Right.
So when I see a thing on there that says, who used to be, not Benihana, who PF Chang's was terrible for this. They say your order will be ready X amount of time. Right? Now, I got to drive 15, 20 minutes away. So I usually give them a few additional minutes because I don't know how busy it is at the store. Right?
Well, I've been to this place. I frequent this place. So I think what happened is these restaurants that
they do the app and it comes over the computer and nobody looked at the computer.
Nobody looked at the computer, and especially the old. When the young guys are running it, when I've been there, when I imagine the younger employees, they're fine. They've spot on. And I think that this person, because I saw a lot of people were waiting for their orders.
Right.
And this never happens. And I think that this poor woman, she didn't know what the app is. She's just because there was another group in front of me that was waiting for a big order, and
Right.
and they just were like just sitting there. So I'm like, I sit there, I wait my 15 minutes. I'm like, all right. I'm like, I'm gonna go back in, see if my food's ready. It wasn't. And then she looks at me again. She goes, "What's your name again?" I'm just like, oh. Now here's the thing: when you order through apps, because I would have just called bail, I would have just bailed out on it. The one thing
Right.
that pisses me off about these delivery apps is
They grade you.
no, they don't grade you. Well, yeah, I guess they do. But the thing that pisses me off mostly is there's no, like, once you pay in advance.
Right.
And then they're just like, "Oh, sorry, no refund." I'm like, "Really? You guys can't give a credit if a restaurant screws up?" Like, there's no, I'm just stuck. I either have to just leave or, that's it. So whatever. So I'm waiting so I get there, wait 15 minutes. I wait my 15 minutes. I'm waiting probably another like 15 minutes. So I'm probably at this place for like a good, I don't know, 45 minutes, I would guess,
Right.
on top of when I ordered. I ordered, basically waited an hour for my order. And the lady comes out. She has my bag. And she could just tell I'm pissed. But she's an old lady. I'm not going to yell at an old lady, Leroy. I just don't have that in me. She's old. I don't
Right.
yell at the old. And then she's old, and then she has older grandma with her.
Oh my goodness.
Double old. She just comes out. She gives me my bag of food, and with it, a can of orange soda. And I'm like,
For your trouble.
I just go, "I didn't order that." And she just pushes it like, hmm?
Wait, why did she think you like orange soda?
I don't know. But I couldn't even be mad at that point.
Wait. So if I were to do that and I went in there and she pushed the orange soda at me,
Well,
it might be go time. Like, what are you saying? Like, so I don't even get mad at all that. The thing that drives me absolutely crazy about this is them trying to explain their way out of it instead of just saying, "Sorry, we screwed up." Because I always say this. It's funny, you never screw up when you receive the payment. That payment goes through without a flaw. There has never been an order that has come through that was marked as paid that wasn't paid. So why is it always your end that gets screwed up? Because on my end, you won't even get the order if I don't pay. And that's the part that drives me crazy, is that companies are quick to take the money, but then want understanding when it comes to the order.
I couldn't even be mad anymore.
You just laughed and
with the peace offering soda, with just I'm like, I just tell him, like, I didn't order that. She doesn't even say anything. She just like kind of nudges and smiles, just like, all right, I'll see you later.
I would rather you say, "I'm sorry, we screwed up."
I think she did. That was her peace offering, the cold soda.
But I want to like say it, acknowledge it. Like, is that asking too much?
I don't think an apology made me feel better. The peace offering soda made me feel better.
Did it?
It did.
Did it make it home?
It did.
Okay.
It did. I didn't want an orange soda at that time.
Because I know, listen, I sometimes go pick up food and everybody knows, depending on what they order, there's a dad tax.
Oh, yeah.
And that is driving home. If you get chicken tenders from a restaurant, right? You get 6, you might end up with 4. If you get fries, right? So, you know what they ask me around here? How far is the restaurant? I go, why? I said, that determines how much food I have to order. Like,
how much is going to make it back?
Yeah, how much is going to make it back?
We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll tickle Leroy's fancy. That's next. It is time, ladies and gentlemen, to Tickle Leroy's Fonster.
Just got a exciting message.
What's that?
Teaspoon coming home next week.
Aw, adorbs. For the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Davey fireworks, dude. Can't miss it. Leroy, are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let us get to it. Today at 3 o'clock, World Cup action. Norway. You love their celebration. And France. Does that match tickle your fancy?
I've watched Norway play, and as exciting as their fans are, team not so much. No, doesn't tickle my fancy.
Even with Kylian Mbappe?
I mean, to watch him score a bunch of goals, I'm good.
Yeah. Right.
I'm good.
What about at 8 o'clock, Solana's Uruguay against Spain?
No, they suck, don't they?
Well, they haven't won. They've been winning.
That's the epitome of suck.
That is the epitome of suck, yes.
Okay.
But Spain is also supposedly one of the favorites. So
the Fighting Solanas will be home. They're going to be 1, 2, 3 Cancun.
I don't know. When you're a national team, do you go to Cancun? Does everybody go celebrate? They actually, I think, are in Mexico for this game, so they don't have a very far way to go.
Right.
They're in Guadalajara.
Okay.
So it would be a quick trip.
That would suck.
What?
Like you go to the World Cup, you're excited about the World Cup, and it's around the corner.
Yeah,
you don't even get to travel for it.
I think the Scotland had a time, right? They don't care that they lost.
Goodness, did they? You're all over the Eastern Seaboard, just causing havoc.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Did you just say that that Uruguay is around the corner from Mexico?
No, we said that they're playing in Guadalajara, so like Cancun's not far away.
Cancun.
Oh, okay. I thought you were trying to say that. Imagine being excited for the World Cup and Uruguay has to go around the corner. Or on two different continents.
No, but I'm saying is that, like, yeah, you're vacationing down the street.
Maybe you're not going to go to Cancun.
Probably not.
Coming up tonight, Leroy, at 8:15, the Miami Marlins take on the St. Louis Cardinals. Marlins playing some excellent baseball. Max Meyer is on the hill today for the Fish. Does this tickle your fancy?
Yeah. I could be I can show some interest in it. It does tickle my fancy.
It doesn't sound
My
like it.
fancy is tickled.
See, really like waffly on that one. You're just like,
does
it tickle?
Yes,
I don't know.
It is.
Why? What made you hesitate?
Because the women's PGA is on
At 8 o'clock.
Yeah, because they're on the West Coast.
All right. Well, what are they playing?
I'm like thinking, I go back and forth. Golf, you don't have to stay on, right? Because golf does an excellent job, no matter how much golf you miss, either by nap or by just sheer boredom. Like they catch you up.
I like how your entertainment though is just ambient noise. Like that's just what you want from golf.
I mean, like it's good.
And also, 8 o'clock is not a nap. That's called sleep.
Huh?
Did I speak another language?
Nobody goes to bed at 8 o'clock.
Okay, so let me get this straight, dude. You're watching golf, and you're telling me you're napping from what, 8 to 9?
No, I'm just saying that golf makes you doze off. It just does.
And at that time, I feel like you're out for the count, dude.
No, I get back up. I can't. I have to sleep in my bed. I can't just be on the couch. I may get an hour, but I got to get up.
Tomorrow at noon on Paramount Plus, UFC Fight Night, even though it's in the day. Rafael Fiziev against Manuel Torres, the main event from Azerbaijan. Would you? Does that tickle your fancy, Leroy? No. A lightweight main event.
No.
Yeah, Fiziev's an entertaining fighter.
No.
Shara Bullets on the card.
No.
Against Michael Barrera.
No.
Fun fight.
No.
Missing out.
No.
You watch your golf and you'll be awake watching this. I'm telling you. That's what you want to be into. What about Coming up tomorrow, you have at 5 o'clock, Croatia and Ghana from Pennsylvania. Take your fancy?
No. Croatia had their run a couple of World Cups ago.
I mean, they've only got one loss. I mean, they don't even have a loss. They have a draw.
They're
right?
one win, one draw.
Yeah, 1 win, 1 draw.
So they'll probably move on to the knockout stage, right?
Actually, no. Wait a minute. They have the record. They do the weird soccer record. They do have a loss. They lost to England. Now that I thought about it, because I watched that game. What about down here in Miami, Hard Rock Stadium, or whatever the hell they're calling it, Colombia
In
and Portugal.
Yeah.
7:30. Does that tickle your fancy?
Yeah. Something about that just says it's going to be exciting.
Yeah.
Colombia and Portugal.
Yep. Whoa.
My fancy is tickled.
Also at 8 o'clock in the WNBA, the LA Sparks against the Indiana Fever on CBS. Does that tickle your fancy?
Yeah, I like watching the Indiana Fever and the Sparks.
A lot
Sparks
of controversy this week, by the way, around Caitlin Clark getting hit in the throat. Which I gotta be honest,
she gets them all, dude. She really does.
I do feel like the still shot's a lot worse than the video, though.
Yeah, no, sometimes
I thought she was getting strangled when I saw the still shot, and then I saw the video. I'm like, it kind of looks like she just got grazed. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
They think they can like rough her up, but she's got her protectors. And she really shoots the ball well. Holy smokes.
I'm an aces guy, so I don't know what to tell you.
No, I mean, yeah. I'm like,
I wish her no success. Also, tomorrow, late night at AT&T Stadium. I'm all in. 10 o'clock, you have Jordan against the Michael Jordan of soccer, Messi. Jordan against Argentina. Does that tickle your fancy, Leroy?
No, it's kind of late, right? Yeah.
And it is late,
Yeah.
But would that game tickle your fancy if it was at a reasonable hour?
Yeah. Yeah, I always like watching Messi. What can he do next?
Pretty impressive. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy that he's still doing this.
And listen, can I just say this? Like Ronaldo, you can't score 2 goals and say I'm back.
Why not?
Because you haven't been, from what I hear or what people have told me, you haven't really been playing that well. When you went over there to where you usually playing?
Saudi Arabia.
Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
So,
but
like,
one would on the biggest soccer stage in the world, if you score 2 goals, like, what do you want him to do? Have a hat trick to declare he's back?
No, I just think he had a good game, but he ain't back. Like Messi has been playing well for the last couple of years.
Well, he's never left.
Right. There,
so he wouldn't
there
have to
you
declare
go.
it.
There you go. There you go. Nobody's ever said, where's Messi? Now, Ronaldo's a little bit older, right? He's like 3 years older.
He is older, yes.
So that does make it a little bit tougher.
And not as handsome as Lionel Messi, Not as handsome.
What?
Yeah, I said what I said.
All right.
Tomorrow, from Brooklyn, New York, the Junior Middleweight Championship of the World is on the line on DAZN pay-per-view. Jaron Boots Ennis steps in as a heavy favorite against our guy, the undefeated Xander Zayas. Does that tickle your fancy, Leroy?
Yes. Yes. I'm ready to see just the next step in this young man's career, being that we've been interviewing him since he was 18.
16.
Which is 16. So I really, 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 really am excited to see this.
Also coming up on Sunday, the Marlins will play the Cardinals one more time. You got Tyler Phillips and no longer slapping himself. Does that tickle your fancy on a Sunday? When is your matchup? When is your golf? Is that Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, it's both days. It's a 2-day tournament?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So is he a starter now, or it's a temporary thing?
I mean, he's a starter right now. I don't know when Jansen Junk's going to be back. So
okay, so he's
been starting for a month and a half.
Okay, All right, I got it. I was just wondering if, they were doing that to either save some arms or they're doing it out of necessity.
Both. Both, because their best minor league arms got hurt, so they don't really have anybody they can call up for it.
Okay.
One guy got Tommy John, I think, and I forgot what happened to the other guy. But they don't really have a lot of reinforcements, so they've shown he's done a decent job. He's lost his last couple, but he's done a decent job for what they're expecting of him.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to, like, I would say your mental makeup has to change a little bit when you go from throwing 2 to 3 batter gas to now you got to pitch more thoughtful, right? Yeah.
Then finally, Leroy, we'll give you some movies for the weekend. You have Supergirl opens today. Does that tickle your fancy?
No, I'm out.
Fancy, not tickled.
And then finally, Jackass Best and Last. Does that tickle your fancy?
I see that every day. It's no big deal.
I don't like that, man. They're still doing it, huh? Like, it's not dangerous to do it at their age. I feel
they have all almost killed them each other.
Isn't John? How old is Johnny Knoxville now? He's still doing it. He's
He's gotta
55 years old.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wait, when they do the old man bit, he won't have to.
He doesn't need makeup.
Right.
Hey guys, let's do the old man bit. You mean just life?
Yeah.
So all right. Is Steve-O? They still got Steve-O doing it? Everybody's out there, huh?
Remember Steve-O was on tour. He had a comedy.
Yeah, he does like a one-man show.
Right.
Used to be a clown at the swap shop. You ever been to the swap shop, Brittany?
The one in Sunrise?
I don't even know what that is.
You don't know what the swap? What?
I think it's closing. It's closed down.
It is?
And in Sunrise? Yeah, I think so.
Wow, that's sad.
You used to be able to go to the swap shop and then go see a movie, a drive-in movie.
Yeah. Well, we still have the drive-in theater up here at the swap shop. We have a bootleg swap shop up here in Lake Worth.
What is it?
Swap shop?
It's like a flea market. The one up here is basically like people set up their tables and it's like a bazaar and you can buy your goods, and then like Leroy said, at night it turns into a drive-in theater. And then in Sunrise, there's one that has like auto shops. They have theme park rides, drive-in movie theater. You've never heard at the swap shop. You've never heard that commercial?
Yeah, it is. Julian said it is closed.
It's gone. It's just not. It's not a thing anymore.
Yeah, you could get anywhere, Brittany. You can get anything from clothes to your windows tinted to ride. And I got to tell you, I love amusement parks. I love the rides. There was no way in hell I was getting on one of them busted ass rides.
No,
Oh yeah.
They had rides too?
Huh?
They had rides too?
Yes.
Yeah.
They had like a merry-go-round.
Is there anything scarier than an abandoned carnival
No.
or an abandoned theme park? Like, that's scary.
Or one that they put up in 2 days. I'm not down with that. And with the diesel fuel, let's crank it up. I'm like, there's no.
Dude, I would be terrified if I got stuck at like an abandoned theme park at night. No thanks. But it has to be like a real, like if I was at like Disney at night, no bigs. But if I was like at one of these like busted ass carnivals, with like clowns and stuff.
That's the beginning of a horror movie.
It is.
Yeah, it is.
You can see Tobin walking around. Why ain't nobody here?
I see that the Lake Worth one is closing apparently, but I feel like I still see it. I feel like people still go to the movies there.
Hey, Tobin, it'll be like you'll walk through that empty and you're like, why is nobody here? What's going on? And you'll turn to look at me and Leroy would already be gone.
Dude, like, could you imagine like you're walking through and then all of a sudden like the Ferris wheel starts going or like the merry-go-round? Like, no thanks.
That's the beginning of Halloween 28. I'm not telling you. Absolutely not. But here's the difference between me and you. I walk in there, see no people, and I leave.
Mm-hmm.
You'll walk around because you're curious. And
I'm not going to walk around because I'm curious.
You get your head chopped off by the scary guy.
I don't understand why you feel like I'm going to die in a horror movie.
Because you're going to be too nosy.
People are saying the swap shop is still open. I think the one in Lake Worth closed, but I think I see it, and I still see people. I feel like I still see it. It said they had to cease their operations last September. Maybe they got back their permits. Drive-in movies are gone, but the swap shop is there, according to RMS.
Okay. All right.
All right.
But definitely your curiosity would get your head chopped off. And I would be sitting in the car waiting for you. And I would just sit in the car. I'm not going to look for you.
What if our car broke down?
No cell phone, no nothing.
Nothing. No, we're just stuck. We're stuck at the abandoned swap shop with carnival rides.
Then I'm kicking your ass so we both leave. We not go and look around the empty amusement park that we thought was full and mysteriously don't have no people. That's how you get killed in a scary movie. And I would fight you to get your ass up out of there.
It appears that the Lake Worth one is closed and the Fort Lauderdale one is still open. Okay. I actually see hours on it right now. It says it's open till 5 today.
You know what every amusement park has that was the worst ride? The little spinny thing when the floors drop out?
Yeah, I hate that.
Oh,
the gravitator thing?
Yeah, it gives you a wedgie.
Do you think that, because maybe the swap shop should get back into the radio ad game? Like, it was right there back in the day with Miami Seaquarium. And
they had the little jingle
at the swap shop.
Yeah.
I think they should bring it back, I think we should do that. Maybe a Tobin and Leroy live broadcast from the swap shop.
Oh, is there going to be people there?
I think there will be. I think we can bring the people back.
Right. All right.
I think we can bring the people back.
I think nowadays, believe it or not, I think most people look at that and say the land is worth more than what we're doing.
I don't know. Hey, Glenn, we want to do a live broadcast from the swap shop. Make it happen. All right, we got to take a break. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Let's give you a little weather update that's brought to us by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping keep your home and family safe when the storm rolls in. Visit tornadoroofing.com for your free roof and window estimate. It is currently 89 degrees and cloudy in Miami. Some thunderstorms expected around 2 p.m. today with wind gusts up to 13 miles per hour. And humidity is 66% right now. Feels like it's 90.
Yep.
Soupy.
Which is weird because we haven't had really any humidity over 80%, and it's still been scorcher.
Very much so. Very much so. In the meanwhile, we'll get to our headlines. Those are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. Your Marlins, they are back at it tonight, starting a 10-game road trip in St. Louis against the Cards. First pitch is set for 8:15. Max Meyer is on the hill for the Fish. Meanwhile, the Panthers, they will have the NHL draft show tonight. Do you know what time that gets going, Bernie? Is that 6 o'clock they said on the promo or 7? I don't remember. No idea. Okay.
No, I don't remember. I'm so sorry.
I just listened to Doug Plagans, but I didn't
I
listen
know,
to
me
Doug
too.
Plagans. I didn't hear what time it starts. Either way, it is tonight. You will get your Panthers draft coverage. They do have picks in the second round today. Our boy David Dwork, the hockey hornet, he's boots on the ground in Buffalo for the draft.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
He's a hockey journalist, dude. He's a hockey journalist, and he's
Usually it's weird because he's he follows the Panthers, and usually the reporters go to their draft party.
Yes, you can do that to speak, but I think Bill Zito, he might be doing virtual.
Okay.
So maybe that's where they do it. But I think if you want to talk to the guys getting drafted, I think you have to go to the draft, at least in person.
Right.
So anyway, he's in Buffalo. Sorry for him. That sucks, just being in Buffalo. Did you see they opened up their stadium, the stupid Bills?
It opened?
Yeah. Like they had like a big launch party for it.
Cool.
It starts at 6.
Thank you, Brittany. Thank you.
I would have guessed that simply because you're gonna have 30 minutes a day? Because it's on the radio, right?
It is on the radio. Well,
Right.
I think that would be no Dan Day. Dan Day was on this morning.
But no, that's what I'm saying, that you would have to have somebody. So just started at 6.
I guess. Either way, you guys, if you want to go to the Baptist Health Iceplex tonight for a Panthers watch party, have some fun with the kiddos. The Heat one was fun. Panthers place is awesome. Plus, I'll tell you one thing. Go get some Pantherland stuff. You can go get a new Brady Kachuk jersey over at the Pantherland. That is a sick team store that they have over there.
Yep.
Really cool.
We've perused it.
Oh, I've spent a lot of money there. Yeah, I've more than perused it. Didn't you buy like a $400 sweater there?
So here's what happened. Me and Teaspoon went to a hockey game, right? I get there, I'm freezing. So I say, I don't have any Panther gear. I'll go get a sweatshirt. I wasn't paying attention. I thought the sweatshirt would cost $70, $80. And it was like $170. I'm standing in line. And when somebody says, hey, love your show, what's going on? And you start talking sports with them in line, you can't then just go up there and say, no, I thought it was 70.
Listen, team store will bust you up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But they usually have like the most exclusive stuff too.
Yes.
So there's that. It was a good looking sweater though. Still fits?
Yeah.
All right. You got your money's worth, dude.
Yeah, I still wear it. Not as much as I always could wear it to work. It's always freezing there.
This is from Andy Strickland. He is the St. Louis Blues host and reporter for the television broadcast. He said, maybe the biggest mystery in the league right now is what is Sergei Bobrovsky going to do? Keeping things very tight.
Which leads me to believe that all the stuff we're hearing, are we really hearing those things from Sergio? I mean, no, sir. Why do I keep doing that?
I thought you were doing a bit. I thought
No.
this.
I don't know why I do that. But we're not hearing it from Bob, right? So why do we keep saying, "Oh, Bob wants"?
I don't even
this,
know where Bob is. Bob's probably in. He's probably in the woods somewhere right now. Usually, that's what he's doing on his vacation.
But right, I know. But like, it's like there's a lot of sports stories out there or situations out there that we supposedly are hearing what these players think or saying while having nothing to say to hear from those players.
Schmeathan says, "Why does Leroy have Bob wearing a sombrero in that?"
I don't know why. I don't know. It just, I don't know.
Keeps getting you. Somebody had actually sent me Sergio Bobrovsky. I got to get it for you.
So, right, like the same Jaylen, everybody's talking about Jaylen Brown feels this way, Jaylen Brown feels that way. Jaylen Brown's always on Instagram or something. He ain't never said those things.
Yes, but he also hasn't deterred those things. Like we've definitely heard more from Jaylen Brown than we have from Sergei Bobrovsky.
I can honestly say when people say that Leroy said something or whatever, when that would, I'm like, I'm not even entertaining that foolishness, right? Like, especially for me, if I think it or want to say it, I just say it. You don't have to, oh, well, somebody's thinking this. No, I'll say it.
I'm trying to find the Sergio Bobrovsky photo that somebody sent me. I can't get it out of my head now.
Can't get it out of your head.
It'd be great if he just shows up with a mustache. Who is that guy?
Like a big thick one.
That's Sergio Bobrovsky. You guys haven't heard of him?
Yeah.
Crazy, dude. Meanwhile, the Miami Heat, in some trade rumblings, there was a report on Twitter from Ethan Skolnick because Buddy Hield pushed back his guarantee date, which was supposed to be yesterday. Chris Haynes said that the Atlanta Hawks and Buddy Hield have agreed to push back the guaranteed deadline on his contract, so there's more time to flush out options. And Ethan said there's a decent chance he lands in Miami, according to multiple sources.
So, question, I've always thought that he was one of the elite shooters. But every time I've seen him play, he wasn't.
Very streaky.
Right. You know what
streaky.
I mean? It's like, it's a weird thing. Like, and I'm sorry, if he plays on a team, say, with Steph Curry, like, I know it's not going to look at, but he's supposed to be an elite shooter, right?
God, Steph Curry got to make every shooter just feel like such a bum.
Oh, yeah.
You're just like, I'm a good shooter. And you're like, are you? It's like, this sucks. Next to Steph Curry, he's incredible. Incredible seeing what he's able to do. But he's got to make you feel like just a bum, you know?
Right. Like just how good he is.
Yeah, just how good he is. You're just like, oh, this guy can literally do whatever he pleases. That's what he brings to the table.
The most amazing thing about shooting that I think people don't understand is that they may only shoot like 35, 40% in a game. But if you watch them shoot like in practice and stuff like that, they don't miss. Like the 35% guy is making 90 of 100.
All right, I found it. Adrian Croqueta King sent this to us on the 23rd. He said, "This is who Leroy was referring to when he said Sergio."
Oh my goodness. What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on.
What do you mean? What are you doing? You're the one who called him Sergio.
I know.
No one else did that but you.
I would love to know from Bob if he's ever gone to a place down here and have they accidentally, has he ever tried to pick up an order and they thought that it was for Sergio?
Probably.
Because they're probably like, who, Sergey? He's probably gotten it.
I'm sure he has.
That's of course if he's back.
So on what do you think he's probably gone? Have you prepared yourself for it?
No. I'm
What is your honest opinion on it, though?
what do I think?
Yes,
I think it's 50-50. I think he's got to relent a little bit on the money that he wants.
he's got a long way to go from 14.
Yeah, I mean, like, listen, I'm not here to disparage what Dave Hyde reported because I think Dave Hyde's very credible. But just because an agent asked for an exorbitant amount of money doesn't mean he doesn't have an in between of where he would accept.
Right. Mhm.
So, like, and I do think, and I think the Panthers. The one thing that annoys me with the Panthers fan who's like, oh, he got paid over these past years. It's like, yeah, but go look at the other goalies and what they get paid. Like, he is. I don't care if he's 40 years old. Like, you can't say that he's not a top 10 goalie in the league. Of what
No,
and what
not-
those
not
guys
at
get
all.
paid. So Panthers fans are out here being like, Bob, you should take $2 million and be grateful. It's like, what? All right, like you there's got to be a middle ground on there somewhere. And I think there's a chance. It seems like the door is back open because I think they explore. It feels like they're exploring the Helly Book thing,
Right.
but I don't think Winnipeg's in a Brady Tkachuk place because Brady Tkachuk basically demanded a trade from
Right.
Ottawa, and his GM came out and said so. Like, Brady came out, was like, oh shucks, but like, he basically asked out. I don't know if Hellybuck's gotten to that point yet, and
Right.
he's still under contract. The team could tell him to kick rocks. They're like, nah, dude, we're not trading you for a bag of donuts. Sorry.
Right.
Unless you wanna relent on your no team, your some of the teams you wouldn't be traded to. So that's why these guys.
That's the crazy thing is that you can't demand a trade, and in some cases then say, and I'm only going here.
Yeah, I mean, but a lot of them have no movement clauses, so they have a lot of power in that regard.
They have a lot of those in
they do.
hockey, right?
They do. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We'll take a break. We'll get back into some of the moves that are surrounding the NBA, and we're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with us on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Miami Heat traded for Giannis this week. That was awesome. Shout out, making it happen, Pat. It has been a whirlwind week. A lot of takes out there about whether or not Miami is going to be able to turn this into something. Something tells me that it's going to go absolutely fantastic. So, I think they're going to figure it out all right, guys. Like Pat Riley's always been, it's been the hard part, getting the guy. Getting the surrounding pieces, he usually does a pretty good job of that. The organization does a pretty good job of that.
I can't remember being down here that 3 stars have come to one city from 3 different sports. Like, so you got Giannis, you got or 2 sports, and Brady Kachuk.
Yeah, it was crazy week.
Like, I can't think. I know we've had, substantial trades, but not this close together for 2 different teams. Because I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think they all been good at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the 23 run when we were doing finals and Stanley Cup every single night.
Oh,
that was a crazy day. That was a crazy year. Crazy year. But yeah, man. I mean, like this is going to be a fun season regardless. I think that it is. I see like Kel'el Ware is doing some reminiscing on Instagram. He's posting a lot of photos of himself with, Jaime and Tyler and Heat jerseys, and that's cool. I'm going to miss Kel'el. I think those guys are fun players. I think some of them can have really good NBA careers. But, I mean, you cannot deny, like, having somebody of Giannis's ilk here is going to bring a different level of enthusiasm to the fan base this year.
Yeah.
And especially the coach. I mean, the coach looks like he's, 10 years younger after you saw him peacocking at the draft with his 2nd-round pick. That next move is going to be interesting, though, because like how they go about this, I am very curious to see what happens with Norm and what are they going to do as a mechanism. Does he just, there's not a ton of places you could just sign straight out. I don't even know what the market is right now for Norman Powell. And what happens with Wiggins? Do they keep Wiggins around? Because I think they would keep Wiggins. I don't think they're against keeping Wiggins, but I also think that I think they're thinking big, and I think that they're going to turn over every stone. I think that they would kind of snoop around trying to just find something if it feels like it could really boast their chances this year.
Right. Yeah, I like it. There's still a lot to be done. I'm interested to see how they put it all together. Right. Because I would almost guarantee you that they'll come up with a couple of names that we haven't heard of and talk about how this guy is going to, be an impact, kind of like a Duncan Robinson or Wayne Ellington or, somebody who can really, really shoot the ball. So I'm interested to see who that guy ends up being. The great thing about it is that when Dunks was here, the defense isn't going to be as good as it's going to be now. And so there was more of a demand on him to play defense.
Yeah, look, you're not going to have 5 all-world defenders. It doesn't really exist. It's nice not to have one of the worst defenders in the league on your team. I mean, that's for sure. Ole. But, the thing you always got to watch out for Duncan, he's, with the quick 2-for-2s. I don't know. The one thing I would say with Duncan is obviously has a great chemistry with Bam Adebayo. I'm sure that he would be down playing with Giannis. I will wonder, like, where is his relationship with Spo? Like, are they cool? Because Spo kind of threw him, to the back of the bench by the time it was all said and done, putting him in 50-point blowouts for the first time for a guy that you've been playing for a while. So I wonder if that's all kumbaya. I mean, maybe if this does become a thing, I'm sure being back with Bam will be a suitable thing for him. It's obviously a comfort. Those guys have, undeniable chemistry with how much, great 2-man game they have with one another, with the dribble handoffs, they're finding on the rolls to the paint. They just know each other so well. So yeah, I think that bringing Duncan Robinson back would be awesome, but I'm not necessarily counting on it. I think
Right.
that I'm still in this mode where my expectations are not there's going to be another seismic move. My expectations more are in the realm of like I think Wiggins will be back,
Yeah.
and that there'll be some pretty reasonably priced shooters. Will one of them maybe be somebody younger like Anthony Simons, who could be in his own audition for a Matador outfit? I mean, like he's not exactly a stopper.
Yeah.
That dude's been olaying in his career as well.
I mean, besides Wiggins, who else is there that plays D and shoots the three that well?
Of the guys Khris Middleton's been, I don't know if he's still defending like that because of his knee issues.
Right.
I'm not going to sit here and act like I was watching him on the Wizards. So
he wasn't watching him on the Wizards.
Yeah, and I wasn't watching him on the Mavericks. I'm not really into the Klay Thompson thing. People are like, "Oh, would you do the Klay Thompson trade?" I don't know. He seems pretty cooked.
I'm not giving up nothing for Klay,
especially for him making $17 million this year. I think I'm more for Middleton on the cheapskis.
Not even that. It's not worth 17 million for me. I got to be more. I got to be better with my money with the last 15, 20 million. Have to.
Yeah, and even if it was in like some ilk of a trade or something like that, but I don't know. The Klay Thompson thing on that salary is not exactly something that would be. Awesome.
I've seen him play 3 games. I didn't see him make a shot.
Schmidt says that it would be on a buyout. Theoretically, I mean, we got to see what things are going to go on with Dallas and whatnot for sure. But I don't know. Texas says Tobes reasonable since when? Dude, they got Giannis. Like, I think that's the thing is we're gonna sit here. We've been chasing the whale for year after year after year, and now I'm supposed to be expectant that they're gonna get 2. I just think it's a big ask. I think I'm setting myself up for disappointment. And it's all fun. I love conspiracy theories. I love like the breadcrumbs that are being out there with LeBron. But I think I still expect LeBron to probably be a Cavalier. I don't think that this is going to end up with him coming back here.
Right.
But if I was him, I mean, I wouldn't want to play with James Harden. Who would?
I think a lot more people like James Harden than you think.
Who? Strippers?
No.
Brittany was aghast. She was like, "Oh,
heavens to Betsy!
Heavens to Betsy!
Heavens to Betsy for real!"
It was true. Shemina says, "Choose one on the cheapskies: Klay, Middleton, or Beal." Yeah, I feel like I'm picking Middleton just because of the relationship with Giannis.
And I mean, wow, you want to talk about injuries?
Yeah, that knee injury certainly was rough on him. Beal.
What about Beal? He just doesn't play basketball.
Nah, I'm a no-fly zone on Bradley Beal. He had his chance. I'm ready. I'm ready to move on from that one. I think Khris Middleton and Tim Hardaway Jr. on the cheapskis. Sign me up. Hopefully Niko Jovic isn't a bum next year, and
that would be a game changer. That if Niko comes back and he can fill one of those consistent roles,
yeah,
then it won't be as important to have another guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, he's a wild card for them for sure. If he can have a bounce back from that last year's stinker.
Because remember, if this happened last summer, everybody would have wanted Niko.
Mm-hmm.
Right? If this would have happened last summer,
I would think so.
Yeah,
he would be here, and Jaime would not. Jaime would be here, and he would not.
Correct.
But people would keep throwing him in trades with things, and I'm just like, I don't think anybody's taking $64 million of Nikola Jovic's money. I think you guys are crazy.
Right.
You can't have a year that bad with that much money left and think that that's going to happen. The only way the Heat are going to get him is if they put perfume on his season and they can get his value back up. But I don't think that's happening. Now, I don't think the coach and him, I think there has to be a lot of Niko earning that trust back because of how things ended. And I don't think Spo loved the attitude from him last year.
Right.
So they got to kind of mend fences. But we'll see if he comes back a little bit more
Humble.
seasoned, ready to go. We'll see what that entails from him. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get into the mixed bag. That's next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on FM 104.3 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you today?
Doing well, doing well. Thankfully, today is Friday.
It is Friday. You got any big weekend plans?
Not that I can remember right now, to be honest.
Not that you can remember.
Yeah, I kind of live in the moment. As the time goes, I realize I
yeah.
actually have plans.
I apologize. You're very weird about your weekend plans. You always like to keep secrets. It's very strange.
No, but it's true though. Like I don't know until later on in the day.
I have a better chance of getting the nuke codes than you just giving a clear answer on your weekends. It's like you're a secret agent or something. You're like, well, I could. I don't know. It's always like,
Talk about how
what
you
are you?
said taunts.
You just are you like what are you like a hitman or something?
Yes.
I mean, I can't reveal that. That's the thing.
Very strange. Let's get to Z Mix Bag. All right, you guys familiar with Jonah, the Marlins dog?
Yep.
All right, well, he's a good boy. He was not given a hot dog, but he has taken the heart of America because he was hungry. And finally, he has been found.
And he's been found, ladies and gentlemen, the Marlins mystery dog, the one who didn't get the hot dog, the one who watched with those sad eyes as another dog chowed down at Bark in the Park night. The Marlins put out a call for that canine, and our friends at Inside Edition found him. Here is 6-year-old Jonah and his person.
That was a crazy video. He just stared at it. I'm like, and it's funny, I was totally oblivious to that whole thing going on.
Good news, Jonah. Your person has accepted the Marlins' offer of a dream day at the ballpark. Send pictures.
All right.
Hey,
The fact that they keep
why
referring
they
to
call
him
him
as
your person? Like what do
What do you want him to be called?
his name, his owner.
I think his name is Peter Silvera because he tweeted at the Marlins. And he said his name is Jonah. His hobbies are catching fly balls, chasing squirrels, and eating ice cream. Would love to come back for a dream day at Lone Depot Park. There you go.
I mean, but calling him his person.
Maybe it's wrong in the year 2026 to say owner. I don't know. You never know.
That's the owner.
I'm not disagreeing with you. But it's like with kids.
Maybe
you say,
he doesn't like
"Oh,
being called an
that's
owner.
my owner." Imagine if people refer to you as your owner, the owner of your children.
It doesn't really matter.
Your dad,
What?
your mom.
Some people think that their dogs are their kids.
He's a newsman. They're just stiff. They say stiff things. This person. Brr. You guys familiar with Jimmy Butler? Leroy loves him.
I thought that was you.
No answer.
Familiar.
Jimmy Butler yesterday, he was at a sponsorship reveal for the Golden State Warriors. They have a new sponsor, and Jimmy Butler talked about how much he loves the Warriors.
You've worked with a lot of teams. Like, what makes the Warriors organization a good organization?
It's not good. It's great. It legitimately is the best. And you don't realize it until you've been in other places, and I'm not talking down on anybody, that are like quite lesser than. You're talking about the way that y'all run everything, the people that you have around, obviously the guys that get to rep the uniform. They just do everything the right way, the winning way, and it definitely shows in everything that we do here. And I'm grateful to be a part of it now. And when I say I don't want to be anywhere else, this is it.
All right.
Really? You gonna fall for that? Y'all can fall for that. I ain't falling for that. That's like somebody who ain't ate in 3 days say, this is the best meal I ever had. You're right in front of them people. What you think he gonna say? How great that organization is that just gave you $60 million free dollars.
Crazy. Well, I'll tell you this much. he may only want to be in one jersey, but they may flip him for somebody else because he's on a torn ACL. So we'll see what happens. A lot of stuff, a lot of noise around the Warriors wanting to add next to Steph Curry, and Jimmy Butler says he's still a month away from running. So,
oh no, that's crazy.
Meanwhile, Cam Boozer, he was selected 3rd overall by the Memphis Grizzlies, and he said that left a chip on his shoulder.
I think most definitely. I think it's like you said, that's how I feel, and I think just being here in this organization and seeing the vision of this team, I think there's no reason why that's not achievable for me. I think a lot of it comes with team success, and I think being here is really exciting to see what we can do. But, there's definitely a chip on my shoulder.
All right. I understand. He was good last year. Very good player.
Yep.
I don't think anybody thought. I think if you have a chip on your shoulder with anybody, though, shouldn't you really call up your dad? He works for the Jazz. So, where's the chip on your shoulder? At Thanksgiving? Or does the dad just go, hey, this Danny Ainge, what can you do? And he goes, really? He's probably better off. I don't know if you even want to be in an organization where your dad is, in the fold. Who knows? Wasn't that awkward for the Rivers family when he eventually got traded?
Yeah.
So, who knows?
Could you imagine that conversation? No, I don't want no turkey. You traded me.
And what would his dad say?
Son, that's just the nature of the game.
Did you guys see that? Have you read any of the outgoing stories of the Giannis breakup? Did you see that as Doc Rivers took the Bucks job, the first thing that he needed installed at the Bucks facility was a $90,000 golf simulator?
Really?
Yeah, they did it. Mind you, you got to get him out of retirement. Doc, was that one of your demands between the big salary you needed the golf simulator?
My demands is whatever I could get. If they're gonna do it, then that's fine.
Listen, you got to be like Sergei Bobrovsky. The worst they could say is no. Meanwhile, from the Grizzlies to the Heat, Brian Windhorst, this is what he had to say on the Heat's chances of contending.
I have no doubt that they will build this roster up into a team around Giannis that will be a serious contender. But I don't know if they can do it now because the mechanisms that are in the league now did not exist when they've done it. So I think I would say this. Schedule watching Giannis play for the Heat and get excited about it, but don't worry about planning for May or June, probably until 28 as opposed to 27.
All right, so next year, he thinks. Next year's the year to contend for the Heat. We'll see, Wendy. We'll see. We shall see. That is the mixed bag for today. I don't know if you're gonna you put the idea that they can't. Well, we'll see. Everybody's doing the write-off. That's what they do.
Here's the deal. I like. You don't know how it's going to work, right? And they could put something together that clicks quickly, and so you can't say it's not possible, because they do have that dude. They have one of those dudes. So from that standpoint, depending on his motivation, Bam's going to be motivated. What you put around him, I think the hardest thing to find is going to be the consistent shooting, not guys who can shoot, but for you to be able to go in there and depend on that shooting every night. But if they do that, why can't it work?
Yeah, I think the thing that I think is a fair criticism is finding a guy who they can go to late to handle the ball. And, because I don't know if Davion Mitchell is that guy. I like Davion throughout games, and he obviously can play defense.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if he's going to be your go-to bucket for bucket against Jalen Brunson. So I think that definitely yes, adding somebody to that fold definitely could be good. I mean, the Heat find shooters, dude. Like, that's what they do. You know, if there was one thing, if you were to tell me like that he had to find a big man, okay, I mean, that's tough. There's not a lot of 7-footers around the world. If they had to go find, you know, wing defenders or something like that, all right, those shooting is what that's what they find. Like that,
Right.
you know, like they go and have Wayne Ellington as a career year. You know, they go and find Duncan Robinson, Max Strus, Gabe Vincent. You know, that's just that's one of their MOs. And so, like, if you're telling me that that was the case, that they're going to go find somebody who can help contribute on that end, I kind of feel pretty confident they're going to be able to do it. And the thing is, whoever comes here is going to get looks because of how much is going to be focused on those two front court guys.
Yep.
So I don't know, like the shooting thing, and look, we've already mentioned the names. Like, there are going to be professional shooters who I'm sure someone's going to come here and they're like, you know what, I'll sign up for a year of that and see what happens being with Giannis for a year and see where my career goes from there. I don't worry about that. I think if I think they need something, it is going to be like, all right, do they have a playmaker to bring with these guys that can really be a go-to guy? And, you know, I think that is a fair question right now. I don't know that they do. But, you know, is finding Norman Powell to come back, is that like the guy you want at the end of games? He's burnt out the last couple of years. I don't know if that's where I want to go either. I think there has to be a limit on that investment for him. But he also certainly is a capable shooter.
I just think it's one of those situations where you need production over capable, right? Like, you're going to pay somebody money, and as they start getting paid more, there's going to be a level of expectation. And so my question is can you expect that from Norm? What can you expect from Norm that you can't get somewhere else or cheaper? I'm not saying that they're thinking like that. I'm saying maybe they think that, hey, we got to see if we can find a way to keep Norm. We really like what he did.
Yeah, I don't know, because I also don't know how things ended with the way, you know, his role change with Tyler's return to the starting lineup. I don't think that was awesome. I don't think that he loved it.
Right.
So I don't know. I don't know if it's a burnt bridge, or I don't know if it's a wandering eye where it is right now. I mean, certainly I think even if he is moving on somewhere else, the Heat would like to, you know, probably be involved in some kind of sign and trade for him. But I also don't know. I don't think it's obvious where he would go either. Like, they just added a shooter right next to it with the Pistons trade today.
Right.
So, you know, could he find his way to one of the LA teams? I mean, I guess that's a possibility. Like, he kind of ended sour with the Clippers. I can't imagine you're going to add another guy in LA with like, if I had to say like who would the Lakers be interested, I got to figure they'd be a lot more interested in Wiggins than Norm, because they just gave Reeves a whole lot of money.
Right.
I mean, you know, so it's going to be hard. I don't know how easy it's going to be for him to find a fit either. Does he want to maybe go back? I know Toronto's been kind of salivating to make a move this offseason. You know, could there be something of the Heat looking at, you know, that roster and be interested in somebody? Maybe there's that could be a possibility of a move that they would make as well.
The young kid, I don't know how much they're gonna put him in there, but he's a shooter. The guy they drafted in the second round.
Yeah, Conwell. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I get you, but I don't mean, man. I mean, they did it with Kendrick Nunn, but I would be pretty surprised if he's starting right out of the gate. Who
Right.
knows? But maybe he just has too good a camp, and the Heat, you know, they just say, hey,
It don't matter if he has a good camp with young guys. It don't matter.
Well, you can't say that. I mean, the Heat started in Jimmy's first year. They started 2 rookies, or essentially 2 rookies. They started Duncan Robinson, who spent the entire previous year in the G League, and they started Kendrick Nunn. So they've done it before. You know, so it has happened. Like, the Kel'el Ware thing is not especially with guards. Like, it's more of a thing where, like, Precious Achiuwa, you know, Kel'el Ware, different than it has been for Mario Chalmers, Tyler Hero, Kendrick Nunn, Duncan Robinson. Like there's been a plenty of young guys who have gotten their start. Justice Winslow at 19. A lot of those guys have gotten their chances early. So I think positionally, I think that there's more of a chance for him than there would be if he was a 7-footer.
Gotcha.
Take a break. Get you caught up with your headlines. We're back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It is Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. We'll start off this hour, give you a weather update brought to you by Tornado Roofing and Contracting, helping homeowners stay safe this storm season. Visit tornadoroofing.com for a free roof and window estimate. As currently in Miami, it is 90 degrees. Thunderstorms expected around 2 o'clock. Wind gusts up to 13 miles per hour. Also just got a email from Galen that it's possible tonight's Marlins game in St. Louis could get rained out. There's bad weather there. And I think to myself, what kind of idiot doesn't have a roof in baseball? He dealt with that nonsense for years. Got it. I mean, like the amount of frustration you had waiting out rain delays. If you're going to spend gazillion dollars on a stadium, you might as well put a roof on it. Rainouts. So dumb.
I mean, I guess you aren't old enough to remember when half the stadiums didn't even have lights.
Definitely was not that old. No, dude. I can't say that. I know that you had like a policy on electricity television shows for a while, but no, I definitely can't remember that.
So,
but
how about this?
I definitely sit through my fair share of Marlins rain delays.
How about when I was in college, I only played in one night game at Michigan, and they had to use portable lights. And it wasn't at night. It was just, it got dark during the game. Michigan didn't have lights.
Damn.
So neither did Notre Dame. There's a lot of places that didn't have them. I'm trying to think. Like there was a lot of they didn't have lights in Chicago for baseball.
Yes, that's famously the last one that had lights put in.
Right.
But it's but yeah, that's a possibility that the Marlins could have to wait this one out and maybe play a double dip tomorrow.
I hate double dips.
Why?
I mean, they're fun to watch for us, but like if you struggle in that first game, you're pitching a shot for a week.
Yeah, maybe, but it's still fun. I think it's one of the I think it's a charming thing in baseball when there's a double dip. It's like the only good thing from a rain out. Go out there and play two. That's fun, dude. Wasn't it what they remember like they during the COVID year they were doing a bunch of doubleheaders? They did
to catch up. They were playing catch up.
They had like 7-inning doubleheaders. That was weird. What a weird time. Meanwhile, the headlines are brought to you by Doral Volkswagen, home of the Pricito, our lowest price. Visit us at Doral Volkswagen or DoralVolkswagen.com. Some drama from the NBA world as the Detroit Pistons are apparently headed towards a nasty contract dispute with Jalen Duren, who stunk in the playoffs. I mean, he was
god-awful. Oh, he was terrible.
But he did have an all-NBA season, so don't know what's going to happen there. He apparently did not love their first offer, and so he wanted to explore sign-and-trade options. Now, it was reported by Chris Haynes today that they're not going to let him go. He's a restricted free agent. So like wherever or whatever he finds, like they're just going to, I guess, come to an agreement on that. So
who's going to give him a contract knowing that it could just be matched though?
I mean, somebody could offer him a monster deal and maybe if they have a breakaway point where they're like, no thanks. Now, who's going to do that for Jalen Duren? I don't know. I mean, he's he had a very good regular season, but he looked a little lost in the playoffs. I don't know. I mean, the Nets could always be that team. They just traded Nick Claxton to Chicago, and so they could kind of revamp. They have a bunch of cap space, so they could bring somebody like him in. They got Randall, Michael Porter Jr. They drafted a gazillion guards. Maybe they could just like if I was the Nets and we're just bums, I could just ruin some stuff if I was a GM.
Who did they get from us that way?
They tried to get Tyler Johnson. They tried to do that with Bumpy.
And the Heat matched it.
And the Heat matched it. The Heat gave Bumpy it was poison pilled too because
was it 3 years, $50 million or something like that?
It was 3 or 4. I don't recall which one, but there was it was like the first 2 years. I think it was a 4-year deal with the first 2 years being $5 a year and the last 2 years being $20 a year. And the Heat matched it, and Bumpy Johnson turned into Bumpy Johnson.
A mix, right?
That's what he said.
That's how he said hi to us.
I didn't know that he, but then we learned. It was good to know. Actually, it was a good disclosure from him. He's one of those guys, though, you would need to, just like Hartenstein.
Oh, you need some background.
Yeah. Because otherwise it's going to be like, oh, intangibles. And listen, the thing about Tyler Johnson, that dude could dunk.
Yeah.
You'd be like, whoa. He had some bounce to him. So, don't know. But yeah, that is a weird situation because he was an all-NBA player. He was an all-star. He was one of the faces of your team with Cade Cunningham last year. You guys were the 1 seed, but very clearly wasn't good enough in the playoffs.
I think that's unfortunate that you could have a bad 2 weeks and everybody just totally thinks differently of you. Right? Because
especially at his age. What is he, 23, 24?
Right. Like I
22.
I wish we would forget. Like we always forget that when we think of the guys we idolize, the guys we think are the greatest to ever play the game, right? Their success didn't come to 25, 30 years old. But for some reason now, we expect it to come quicker. Like you can't have a bad week. Maybe it's just because he's 22, right?
Yes,
that he didn't handle it well. As you get older, though,
I think we're seeing, though, and we talked about this with Bobby Marks at the start of the offseason, right? Like teams are going to be super careful about giving just maxes to guys just because I think 4 years ago he would get a max contract and that would be that. It'd be like, oh, he made all NBA.
Exactly.
And I think people are just being judicious about it. So, like, if he thinks he was going to get a max, but they could be offering him still a good amount of money. They could be offering him $40 million a year.
I get that. I understand that. We've had this conversation before about like guys don't even think about contract. They think, oh, all-star, oh, second team, max. Like, and so when you look at some of the guys making max and making $50, $60 million a year, the players don't even compare. There's guys making max that don't compare to the contemporaries making max contracts. And so we've just gotten into the idea of, oh, he did this and this, max, where do I sign?
K-Gator says, y'all are terrible at spotting mixed people. Didn't Tobin think Corbin was Irish or something? Buddy is definitely Jamaican. I didn't think that he was Irish. What I said was, no, he very clearly was mixed. I couldn't point out where his accent was from. It was like he had this, and it's kind of gone away. He had this weird accent going on in the first few episodes of Love Island. And so I just couldn't point it. It didn't sound Jamaican to me.
He has like an Americanized island accent, which like you find a lot in South Florida down here. I have a lot of friends that are from the
He's also a mix of Jamaican and he's also Asian, right?
Asian. Yeah, he's Asian.
Yeah, so I didn't know. I couldn't point it out. But I definitely
Irish I never heard.
I definitely didn't think that he was Irish.
Hey, Mackie said it perfectly. AR-15 is making 46 a year. Let that sink in.
Yeah. But did you see what happened? Like, this is the thing. You just need one team to scare you because the reports were that the Lakers offered him 30 a year, and literally 2 days later, he got 46 a year because the Pistons were going to pay him that money.
Right.
So, and that could be another thing too. It's like, oh, you're going to pay this guy this money and you're not going to pay your all NBA guy, whatever.
Which seems to be the problem. During can always say, wait a minute, I'm not taking 40. This guy got 46. And there you have it. Like it's gotten out of hand. I don't care about, guys getting the max. No, I'm not saying that they shouldn't get whatever people want to pay, right? But I'm saying is that you have elite players, and the way that you determine whether a guy should get a max isn't comparing the elite players with elite players. You have good players getting max contracts and being compared with elite players. And so we're saying, oh, this guy is this and this guy is that just because he got a max. And he never was that. He never was as good as the guys we talk about.
Wild, man. Gonna be interesting. That's definitely a dramatic story coming out from one of the teams in the East Telling you. Well, you know, like people talk about there's a lot of unrest with a lot of the teams in the East right now.
Right.
You know, we'll see what happens. Hey, the world's biggest soccer tournament continues. You can trade the entire tournament on Kalshi. On Kalshi, you can trade every match from the opening stage all the way to the final. As tomorrow we have Colombia versus Portugal right down here. Portugal is trading at 53%, so a $100 trade pays out at $182. Colombia is trading out at 24%, so a $100 trade pays $395. So check that on out if you want in on the action for the games right down here in South Florida. You can still follow all the Miami summer movement. A lot of rumblings about where the King will end up. That's currently trading at 10% for him to end up right back down here for a reunion. So a $100 trade pays out at $855 on Kalshi. You're trading against your peers in a live market, meaning there's no house and the probabilities change. So you can buy in or out of your position. And for a limited time, download the Kalshi app. Use the code Tobin to get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi Kalshi. Trade the beautiful game and everything. 18 plus only. Restrictions and eligibility requirements apply. Event contract trading involves risk and may not be suitable for all investors. Prices, values, and available markets may differ from those mentioned. For more information, see kalshi.com/regulatory. All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on a Friday. Excited to be with you here. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, 104.3 WQAM on YouTube, Miami 104.3 WQAM on Twitch. Ugh, somebody named Knicks Nation just followed me. Can I just block them? Why does somebody want to follow me that has that on social media?
I don't pull a Tobin.
I don't think they're going to like what they find there.
They're pull a Tobin.
They did it so they could troll you.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, but the thing is, when people try and troll me, they get it back a lot worse because I just rage bait them. They don't. You can't do to me what they think they're going to do to me. It's not possible. It's just not. And so I just don't think that that's a smart move on that Knicks fan. But I've been noticing a lot of Knicks fans have been like popping up lately. They seem very bothered by the Heat like taking their shine this summer. Like, didn't you care about us winning the title? It's like, nah, it's over. Okay, now great, you idiots. After 50 years, you finally did it. Congratulations. That's it. Then you move on. But we're the best. All right, well, it's over now. I mean, go and celebrate all summer. Have fun. But you guys are like rent free because everybody's talking about Giannis because that's what happens. You move on. You win the title. You move on. But now you want some victory lap. So I don't know. I don't think that person's gonna like what they find here, but we'll see. We'll see.
They'll eventually learn.
I couldn't imagine wanting to be in my crosshairs as far as a Twitter account is concerned. Seems like a waste of time on that person's part.
I mean, you don't think they say the same thing about you?
No, because I don't follow them.
No, but I'm saying when you start baiting other people.
I don't. I'm on my own business.
You've come in here and say, "Oh, I got Knicks fans, or I got such and such fans."
But I always do it on my own accord. I'm not tweeting at anybody. I'm not looking for anything. It's just me being me. And then I've never been like, and like, oh, I'm gonna go get like they think they're cute, and then like I say one thing, and then they lose their minds. It's easy. It's like shooting fish in a barrel. People are idiots on the internet.
Right.
I almost like I've lost the it's not even sport for me anymore. It's easy. But welcome to the club, I guess. I don't know exactly what they're looking for from me. Right now, I mean, they're getting a lot of tweets about Sergei Bobrovsky. So
maybe they're secretly Giannis fans. So
maybe.
and you just added them all.
I have gotten a lot of people following me. I think a lot of Greece people too. People are like, "Oh, this is great." So the Tobin household, we're big in Greece now. I think I might start smashing plates here.
Well, I'm sure Mrs. Tobin would love that.
Or order that clipboard that you want so badly.
What's that?
The clipboard that you want so badly.
Clipboard, yeah.
I'm telling you, listen, if you guys would just stop looking at me like I'm some kind of a clown and you would really look into the bits. If you don't think that Eric Spoelstra having a porcelain clipboard and then smashing it after a great play and saying "Spolpa" is genius, I just don't know what to tell you. That's marketing.
Yeah, but that's not going to work out well.
Why?
Because
listen, there's going to be a delay. There's going to be a delay on the game. It's going to be a disaster.
No, it's not going to be a disaster.
You think that's going to go over well with folks?
I don't know. You got to stop worrying about feelings so much. So I could have some idiot spill a drink in the front row, but Spo can't celebrate a great play going Spopa?
I think there's a difference between liquid and glass.
Porcelain.
It has the same effects.
What if we put it like
do you guys remember the restaurant in Dolphin Mall in the early 2000s, Opa? They should put one in the stadium. That's what we should in the arena. Is what we should do.
But name it Spopa.
Sure. Yes. Like there you go. There's your great marketing.
That is great marketing.
Ain't nobody
open still. Like
ain't nobody gonna spend that much money
it.
to name their restaurant after somebody else.
Why not?
Are you familiar with people that spend a lot of money?
Yeah, but why wouldn't you want to, like, wouldn't that get more people at a Heat game to go to Spopa's?
No, because then Spo, we're going to say, where's my cut?
He should get a cut.
Yeah, but you're paying the Heat and Spo? How you going to make money?
I don't know. Like, does anybody go into those things looking to make money? You just do it because you have bleep you money. And you're trying to, like, does the live in Hard Rock Stadium make money? Makes no sense. I mean, you know, that thing is like bumping. Like it's like you're sitting there, you're trying to like watch the game. It's like boom, 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 boom. It's going right next to you as the game's going on. So you can't even hear anything in the press box anymore. It's like boom, 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 boom. First down. Boom, 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 chuck down. Boom.
They had a lot of those.
Oh, they don't, dude. Boom, 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 boom. Out the doses.
That sounds like my nightmare.
I'm telling you, that's what it's like.
What, getting caught in the club with house music?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't stop. Please change.
It's awful. It's
All right,
not
so we got to find out if Spo would be into a porcelain clipboard and what's his cut he needs for. Well, he used to be a restaurant owner. Remember, he used to have a steakhouse in Portland.
Well,
Yeah,
now
you
he
tried to.
can,
That's when
which
you tried to
closed
trade
down,
him.
right?
Yeah.
Well, for Damon is prime.
You tried to trade him.
For Damon is prime.
Okay.
Not like I was going for, you know, like
Wait,
Brandon
it doesn't
Roy.
make it right. Whatever your reason
Doesn't
are.
make it wrong. It doesn't make it as wrong.
Yes, it does.
It doesn't, dude. It doesn't. I was just trying to get Chris Quinn his opportunity. Nobody else will. It's ridiculous. I mean, what does Chris Quinn have to do at this point? Start a podcast? Who are these idiots getting head coaching jobs all over the place? And Chris Quinn is sitting here. Give Chris Quinn an opportunity. Well, you know, I'm sorry. It's just it's ridiculous. He goes out here and he does a MeUndies read. Oh, all of a sudden he could be a head coach. What has JJ Redick ever done? Nothing.
Oh my goodness.
And look at him now. Falls ass backwards to LeBron and Luka. What a coach. We'll see who a real coach is. You give Eric Spoelstra a top 5 talent, you know what happens. We all know what happens.
By the way, side note, it's raining.
Hard.
It's raining over here. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good amount of rain, which is great for us at least. Down here in the south.
Yeah. Down in the fire pit over there.
Yeah. It smelled like smoke a little bit last night. Again.
Gotta
Sorry
keep
to
changing your
interrupt.
filter.
This house is the players are going to get a cut when they play the porcelain on the court. Okay, so what if we do this? What if there's like a container to do the Spopa smash? Like, could he do it in some kind of like a fish
It's gonna
tank?
take away from it.
the
though.
aura, yeah, like it takes
Like,
it away. It's not as fun.
Some guardrails, though. Yeah, I agree. I mean, like part of the idea is, you know, but I think it would be fun. What if we do it as like a winning thing? You know, instead of like light the beam, you know, like they had in Sacramento, we had just have Spo smashing his clipboard after the win. Spopa.
He just doesn't seem like the kind of guy that's for the bits.
I understand that, and you're not wrong about that, but I think it's time for a new age Spo. I think it's time for Spo to be part of the bits.
You go tell him that.
Let's
Let's see how he feels about
let's
that.
on media
You're
day.
not.
Let's run the idea by him on media day, which you won't do, but sure.
Look, there's only one thing I've never asked Brittany, and that was do an impression. Everything else I've asked in front of everybody. Did I not start the interview last year complimenting Kel'el Ware's guns, Jennifer?
Yeah, but that's not Eric Spoelstra though.
He's fun.
These are young kids.
We
Basically.
asked Eric Spoelstra about his meme. We asked him about his travel call, and he was like, "What is this, a meme?"
Yeah, but that one's
No,
still.
he says, I don't.
He's like, "I don't
like,
do that."
they
I'm
do
like,
that,
"Oh no,
what
no,
I
no."
don't do that. I'm
What
like,
response
really?
do you think you're gonna get from him when you tell him that you want him to open up a Greek restaurant called Sopa, and then for him to smash porcelain clipboards on the
might
court?
walk away.
What do you think is gonna happen? I think you might get your credentials revoked from the Miami Heat.
I don't. You know what? I would have thought that you would think that I would, but I think I'm just too charming that I don't think that's going to happen. I think I would have to do something really offensive to get my credentials revoked. People like me.
I don't think revoked. I think mainly he might not respond to your request.
Now, will Rob Wilson sit me in the upper press box from here on out? Perhaps.
Perhaps.
I'm going to be up there with Greek media. They're like, hey, who do you cover?
You'll be
Who
doing
do
all
you
the
cover? I cover for the flagship radio station. What are you doing up here? I suggested to Eric Spoelstra he should open up a Greek restaurant called Spopas.
What would they think about that?
They would
I don't
probably
know.
love that, I think.
I don't know. I think it's a great idea. Listen, if Michael McCullough is listening right now, you know, just write it down.
I hope he sends you a text.
Hear it out and just write Spopas, Greek restaurant, because they're doing a lot of renovations. You could just mix it into the renovations right now. We're gonna have new renovations. There's gonna be new luxury ones. You're gonna be able to see the Heat walking out. There's a lot of fun stuff. But let's just add another place to make Giannis feel welcome. A Greek restaurant named Spopas.
Why are you laughing, huh?
Because you know how it's
Why are
going
you
to come
laughing?
across.
He knows he's so ridiculous.
I just pictured it with the font.
with the little heat. A little
Yeah, I
flame.
see it like in a little cursive, like the way that they write the vice.
Remember how I smacked the clipboard when Jimmy Butler and him got into a fight and PJ Tucker just like picked it up casually?
Yeah,
That's how I want him to smash the clipboard.
that's how I see it. But
Just being
like that
furious.
also caused delay. I don't know.
It's gonna
Why
cause
don't you send him a message? And I really want him to respond to this. Like I really want him to know.
I will. I mean, we'll save it. We'll just mention we got to do the Spopa thing on media.
No,
Day.
but
We'll
like send it to Michael McCullough now because they are doing renovation. So in case they ever do want to go forward with this, you'll give them some time, you know?
all right. I'll consider it. I'll consider it.
Exactly. So you will.
I will consider it. I said I'll consider it. You know, they're not going to say anything right now. They're acting like they don't even have Giannis. That's how the whole organization's asking. We don't know. We can't talk about it. So, you know, that's why I got to give
You
him the
think
look.
he signs right at this on the 6th, or do they wait a couple of days after?
Don't know. Not sure. I would hope that they could get all the mechanisms of this deal done by then. That
Here's
would be
the
nice.
deal. We got Giannis. Whatever day they decide to make it official, everything, you know.
Well, okay.
We're
I'll just,
celebrating like we got Giannis. That would hurt.
should I tweet at him?
Tweet what?
Tweet at
Michael
who?
McCullough.
Sure.
Yeah, go for it. Make it public.
Make it a public thing.
Make it a public one. So you want me to put like, hey, I can't
It's
just
a.
tweet
I know it's a
directly to him?
trade.
So you should be like, I have this
Sneakin',
amazing
but it's
idea.
not official until the league year's over, which is July 6th. That's why they can't announce it yet.
Yeah, and also they're doing the mechanisms of like if they want to expand the trade.
Right.
So like let's say they want to trade Tyler Hero somewhere or the Heat want to sign a trade. Like they want to bring in other teams.
They don't have to do an additional trade. They can just, this will be one continuous trade until the 6th. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We'll take a break, close things out with a little "You're Dead to Me" next. All right. Let's bury some people. You're dead to me here on a Friday. Leroy, who you got? Who's dead?
So, since you told the story to start, I would say takeout.
Oh, all right.
I love takeout. I order it so often. I order it a lot. And I would say, like, I always choose to pay at the restaurant, right? For reasons like what you did. Some restaurants don't let you do it, but some allow you to pay at the restaurant. So that I figure it's incentive to have the food ready when they say. Otherwise, you just say, it ain't ready, I don't want it. But once you pay them the money, you're on their timeline. So, like, yeah, they're dead to me because they just think they could do whatever at times. There's some places that are really good at it, though. I will say. I order stuff over and over again because I know when I get there, the food's going to be ready. And
Okay,
so I appreciate that.
So who's dead to you is below average takeout restaurants.
Yeah. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with the food either.
I got you. Jennifer, who's dead to you?
I would say the earthquake that hit Venezuela is dead to me.
Oh,
yeah.
It's so sad seeing it on the news, and it killed at least 235. Wait, what? No. Thousands of people, really. And the people are missing, and
right, you're not gonna know until
it's over 500 people dead. And right now they have the rescue team going over, and it's really heartbreaking to see. You know, we have things that we complain about here, but then there's another country out there suffering from something even worse than you. So that's what's dead.
Yep. Very, very sad news. I saw Xander started his press conference yesterday sending out the prayers to Venezuela before he made any statements about the fight. So, you know, prayers out to them and everything that's going on there. Brittany, what about you?
So I'm gonna have to give my dead to me to Corbin and KC because their behavior during Casa Amor
horn dogs
is absolutely disgusting. It's not even like, it's like, do whatever you want. It's a reality show. Like, I don't expect you to marry each other at the end of it all, even though I know that's what the premise of the show is, but I'm, a realistic person. It's the fact that you continue to disparage these women's name after you just spent 3 weeks with them, basically begging for them to be with you just so you can stay on that island. And it's just, especially KC, who's like, oh, I have more leeway. I'm not happy for Anaya, blah, blah, blah. Like, please do me a favor and shut up. You didn't breathe any life into that woman. She's a grown woman who stands on her own 2 feet. And I cannot wait for them to get back from Casa Amor and for America to immediately dump them because I cannot see them on my island anymore. They're disgusting.
And also, I know that you haven't seen it, Tobin, but Corbin.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I just spoiled that for you. I'm so sorry. My apologies.
It's okay.
Well, Corbin went ahead and decided to call the girls high schoolers.
Yeah, no, I saw the part where him and KC were ripping the girls over there. He said that all the girls are better.
The girls while sounding extremely ridiculous and
disgusting.
It's disgusting. And
some of the girls do stink over there, though. I mean, they're not all good characters.
Well, I understand that,
but still,
I pretty much only like Trinity and a little bit I like Kata, but her voice is really annoying. I mean, she
projects it far too much.
She sounds like a goat with strep throat, dude. I mean, it's really rough.
Jeez,
it's really rough listening to her. Sometimes.
She does. But it's not about that. It's just about having respect and decency for a person that you just spent the last month with. I don't know, maybe not disparage their name on national television. I just think it's just whether they're likable or not. I just think it's disrespectful, and I don't think that we should be speaking about women like that on national television. I think it's just nasty behavior, and comparing them to each other and pitting women against each other. It's just disgusting behavior that should not be allowed.
Why do you like Love Island then?
No. I like Love Island when it comes to the drama between the men and the women. Yeah, that's great. But why are we going out of you already have nobody's worried about you. You're here with your Casa girl. Why are you worried about what they're doing? You're so in love with this Casa girl and she's so much better than your old girl. Then why are you continuing to disparage her name? Like, why is your name still in your mouth? Like, it's so unnecessary. And then the girls too in Casa who are talking crap about the Villa girls, like, that's just weird behavior. Like, what is, like, why?
And you don't know them.
You don't even know them. Like, you're so strange for doing that.
No, the
It's just,
crazy part is
I
that
don't
once they go
understand
back together, they're gonna be like, "Oh no, it's not on you, girl. Like it's more on him because he owes it to me, not you owing it to me or whatever. You were just doing your job."
Exactly. So it's just I don't like that. Like, I think that's nasty behavior, in my opinion.
Here's who's dead to me. I'll tolerate a lot of things. All right, everything's on the table for me when it comes to. Julian says it's Kendrick Perkins. It's not Kendrick Perkins. Although I did see a funny clip of Kendrick Perkins yesterday saying that no star player would ever sign up to play with Pat Riley again because of his rules. Well, how's that one go, dum-dum? Good call. Giannis only nuking 4 trades, by the way, according to your network, because he wanted to be in Miami. But
oh, really? So he did say no to trades.
Yes, he just didn't do it publicly because he's like, I'm not going to do it.
I know.
That's how Damian Lillard ended up with me. But I'll listen. So I'll hear a lot of ideas. All right. I'll listen to LeBron, John Morant, Zion. All right. I'll spin the block on anything. We could have some fun. But don't you dare put this mother bleeper in my dream team because I will not have Domantas Sabonis on this team. You will not ruin my dream team by having that feathery-haired bum on my squad with Giannis Antetokounmpo. Not interested? Don't want him? Don't need him.
There's
So
Klay, there's a couple of guys that
there's some shaky ground there.
Yeah.
But Russell Westbrook, Klay Thompson, whatever, fine. We could say spin the block on that. I'm not crazy about it, but fine. But you are not going to put Domantas Sabonis, sir, Mr. JXFFB on threads. You will not put Domantas Sabonis here. No, thank you. Don't want him. Don't need him. That Photoshop and that idea, dead to me. No, thank you. No, thank you. In fact, not even polite. Just no. 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 Ridiculous. Dade South says, fast forward to Tobin doing Mama Sabonis when he ends up here. He's not even up here. He's not up here. We're not doing Sabonis. We're not doing that. Ridiculous. Guy's going to be a ruiner. What's he ever done? Sabonis. Ridiculous. No, thank you. SDI says, great idea. Would put the Heat over the top. I can't believe you people you're trolling me. Now you're rage baiting me. Nice try. Ridiculous.
I think they threw Klay in there for Marcos.
Yeah, I really want to hear what he has to say about this.
You know what's crazy? I think everybody really likes Russell Westbrook. I've never heard a player have a problem with Russell Westbrook, right? It's just kind of like I can't even explain it.
People just don't like the shots that he takes. They think that he can be irresponsible with shot selection. But as far as a guy, I don't think it's personal. I think it's basketball-wise.
Okay. All right.
That's all it is. But anyway, Sabonis. RVA Richie's for the cheapskies? No, he's not for the cheapskies. He's very expensive. An expensive bum who belongs on the Kings. Him and the Kings deserve each other. Leave him over there with Zach LaVine.
Oh, my goodness. They traded for him. How good a player is Zach LaVine? He's another guy that got maxed out, right?
He got a lot of money. Yeah, he made an all-star team.
Right, but that's like, I think that's the problem, though. I think the problem with the NBA right now is that they have a system in place that guys who get the max are being compared to the elite players in the NBA, and they're not on the same, they're not the same as those guys.
I'm not
like
gonna
if Ant-Man say, I need a max, and then Tyler says, I need a max. Nothing against Tyler, but y'all ain't on the same, wavelength as far as NBA players.
I will not have Sabonis be my instant favorite player, SDI. I have been in this beef with Domantas Sabonis since he was on the Pacers. All right. And I will not root for Domantas Sabonis. And I would look at Pat Riley and I'd be like, this is your idea? Sabonis?
Hey, you have to pick one. James Harden or Sabonis?
I have to pick one for what?
To be on your team.
Ugh. No thanks.
No, you got to pick one.
I'm not going to pick one. I don't want him.
Oh, my God. All right. I'm going to just say. Remember the next time you ask me a question, you say, you're not playing the game. You're not playing the game.
Right?
Huh?
Who would you pick?
I take James Harden over Sabonis.
But listen, if we were to get Sabonis, Tobin would be such
we know.
No, I'm not.
Listen,
you would
Jennifer,
be like, always wanted him. Woo!
And I'm not going to do that. How can I say that I've never wanted him?
You know what? So you switch up real quick.
I've never switched up.
Oh,
I've never switched up.
Plenty of players. Yes, you have,
Wait
sir.
a minute. Wait.
Yes, you have,
Ridiculous.
sir.
Remember Kyle Lowry?
That's my guy. Low dog.
That's just how you did it.
And you would rather have Sabonis than James Harden. Don't even try to.
That's why I didn't want to answer the question, because of course I would take Domantas Sabonis over James Harden. I would never, ever take James Harden on my team. But I just never want to be in a position where I have to stay Domantas Sabonis on the Miami Heat. But he boxed me into the only place because I would never take James Harden on my basketball team.
Never.
Hey.
I couldn't let it go. I had to have you say that.
I couldn't let it go. I know I know he was lying.
That's what I wanted.
I hate the guy. Stinks. He's probably a lovely person, but I would never want him on my basketball
He's
team.
already easing in. He's probably
easing in.
He's probably a lovely
after
person.
insulting his hair.
The water's cold, but he has a toe in. Wait till he get a foot in.
Who, Sabonis? No,
Yeah.
listen. I don't like his hair at all. Stupid feathery coiffed that he has. No thanks. Look at me and my putbacks. Ugh.
Is he he gets me bounds like what's her name? She is?
Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, yeah.
No, I don't think he's that bad.
Oh my God. I watched the game. I was scrolling and I watched her play a basketball game. She got 4 shots, 3 rebounds, and a putback.
Jeez.
It was I'm like, it's like a bull in a china shop.
Well, I hope everybody has a great weekend.
I want
I
my
might
point
be for what?
for boxing you in.
Well, you gotta have Brittany hit the boxing button.
You've been boxed in.
Well, I'm gonna leave this box and possibly head to the nut tomorrow. I'm not really sure. I could if the weather holds up. Could be a
If
fun
you need a
weekend.
weather update, let me know. I'm your guy.
All right, man. Well, you're gonna be busy golfing this weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody have a great weekend ahead, and good luck to Xander tomorrow. We'll be rooting for you. And
If you go to the nut, how you gonna watch Xander?
I'm gonna go to the nut in the morning, dude.
You just go for the day.
Be there all night.
I thought you spent like a weekend there. or
What do you
something.
think? I'm gonna be like swimming with the sharks at night?
Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm gonna be sitting here watching the fight.
Oh, hey, John. I got it. 6 rounds to 3 and half a this. Back to you as I leave the nut. Oh.
All right, that's enough show today.
Why don't you just shut up?
I want a golden trophy, not a golden shower. You know.
Obviously,
the
that
hell
needs
is
to be
wrong
clipped.
with
That is
you?
insane.
Muchas gracias.
Radio Libre. Te amo, Sergei Bobrovsky, mucho.
I'll see y'all when I see y'all.